Hello my loves, welcome to my channel Sun Love Stars and welcome to today's pick a card reading. For anybody who's new, my name is Cynthia and I'm going to read your cards today specifically about your true love and your future spouse. As you can tell by the title, this is going to be a how would a tarot reader describe your future spouse to you. And the reason why I'm doing this pick a card reading, because I've been thinking about, oh, which reading do I want to do next for you guys. The reason why I do this reading is because I want you guys to start, if you have not already started, I want you guys to start visualizing your true love and your future spouse on a consistent basis. Okay, you can use my tarot readings to do so. And this is also the reason why I'm doing today's reading today, because I want you guys to feel or get the feeling of what your true love and your future spouse is like, what their energy is like, what their vibe is like, so it is easier for you to visualize. So it's easier for you guys to visualize your true love and your future spouse, because the more often you think about them, the more often you visualize how they enter your life, how they all of a sudden stand in front of you. The more you're basically manifesting it, or as thoughts become things, so what you think about materializes at some point. Again, this is the reason why I'm doing this reading, and I want you guys to visualize your true love and your future spouse more often if you're not doing it already, okay, or to maybe journal a little bit more about them, so that you kind of like open the gates of manifestation for this person to enter your life. And I'm just here to help you manifest them as we are looking at their energy and their vibe, and how a tarot reader, which is me, would describe your true love and your future spouse to you. Okay, this reading is also going to have an extended. I'm not sure what we're going to look at in the extended. I was thinking about doing something like how can you specifically manifest your true love and your future spouse. We might actually even look at signs that the manifestation is near, which I think it's a cool idea. Like, I really like this idea. So we might just look at what is your specific technique, or where you ask your spirit guides, how can I bring this person into my life? Is there any specific manifestation technique? And also kind of like signs that your true love and your future spouse is around you. But yeah, anyway, in the next clip you can choose between 3 images. If you already know my channel, you guys know that I'm starting to, you know, play around with digitally doing all of these things, okay? So I'm super duper excited. Again, in the next clip you have a little bit of time to choose your pile, and if you feel indecisive, ask your spirit guides or call on the angels of love, or, you know, like the goddess of love or whatever, or your spirit guides, or maybe even a departed loved one, to guide you to the right pile. As you go on Google and you find a number generator, and the number generator is going to spit out the number that your spirit guides want you to watch. Basically, if you feel like, oh my god, I don't know what to do, or I don't feel in tune with my intuition today, okay? But yeah, anyway, I don't want to talk too much. Again, if you're interested in the extended, the link is down in the description box. But I would say I'm going to see in your reading, guys, and we're going to look at how would a tarot reader describe your future spouse. What is their energy and their vibe like, okay? Just so that you can feel what this person's presence feels like. That it is easier for you, that when you lay in bed, to visualize them, or when you maybe meditate or journal, that it is easier for you to visualize or write about them, okay? So I'm going to see in your reading, guys. Hello, my lovely pal number one. You chose image number one, which is a very interesting image with these two people wearing kind of like a mask, as if it's like a masquerade, you know, party or whatever. See what's going on. We're gonna find out how would a tarot reader describe your true love and your future spouse to you. If you have not watched the intro, the reason why I'm doing this reading is because I want to help you guys to manifest your true love and your future spouse. And the best thing that you can do is either think about them all the time, but more so in an energy where you think about how they enter your life and how they stand in front of you all of a sudden, because you can think about your future spouse and you can think, where are they? But in that energy, you're not manifesting. You're manifesting when you imagine this man to enter your life. They stand in front of you all of a sudden. You see them at a bus stop all of a sudden. When you have these thoughts, you're manifesting this person. Or you could maybe start to kind of like dream a little dream. Why am I saying that? Dream a little dream of me. But what I mean is, like, before you go to bed, before you doze off to sleep, to close your eyes and just visualize how this person is entering your life. And the reason why I'm doing this reading right now is to give you kind of like a feeling of what the vibe of your true love and your future spouse is like, so that it is easier for you to visualize them, and it's easier for you to kind of like close your eyes and see who they are and how they would act around you and how they would, you know, like be with you, you know. So this is the reason why I'm doing this reading, and I'm freaking excited. I'm very passionate about that topic. Yeah, so for anybody who's new, my name is Cynthia, and I usually channel the energy first, and then I'm going to show you the cards here and there. This reading is also going to have an extended, and I have decided that I'm going to do, first of all, the link is down in the description box in case you're interested in that. What I want to look at in the extended is what your manifestation technique is. So basically, how do you manifest, you know, your dream love life into existence? And also maybe signs that your true love and your future spouse is around you, which is funny because let me show you the card that came out for you guys. Okay, we have here the card, hold on, I'm just checking if everything is okay. Interesting, because I feel like this is already the energy of your true love and your future spouse. They're a perfectionist, okay? They're kind of like, they're definitely a perfectionist, but anyway. So it says you will be meeting your future spouse within the next few weeks and months. So if I would have to kind of like decide or, you know, feel who's the closest to manifesting their true love and their future spouse, it would definitely be you. Okay, because again, I talked about how I'm going to look at signs that your true love and your future spouse is around you in the extended, but this card is already announcing that you're doing something right when it comes to manifesting, okay? I feel like you have a very vivid imagination, or you already kind of like dream about them regularly, or you maybe even script or write things down, or maybe you recently have more romantic dreams, or you already had a dream of a mysterious man or a mysterious woman, and you cannot, you know, like forget that dream because it felt like true love, or it felt like your twin flame. Okay, this is what I'm picking up here. So whatever you are doing, I feel like you already know how to manifest your true love in your future spouse, or you're already in the process of doing it, okay, is what I'm picking up here. But let me see what's going on. How would a tarot reader describe your true love and your future spouse? The first thing that I want to tell you guys is that your true love and your future spouse is somebody who does not judge, which is beautiful. I would describe your true love and your future spouse as somebody who is open for everybody, as long as this person is, you know, kind-hearted. For example, this would be the type of person, if they, for example, are a Christian, they have no problem, you know, like spending time with a spiritual person, with a person that has is a Hindu or a Buddhist or whatever. They have no problem like being around people that are not like them. Okay, so there's this energy of like, this is a person you would, if you look at them, you would maybe think like, oh, they only spend time with a certain group of people, but it could be further from the truth. This would be the type of person that has a multicultural like friendship circle, or like a friend circle where they have people from all over the world, where they are friends with people from all over the world. It's not like a person who's only in their community or who's only friends with people who have the same belief system. This is a person person who does not judge at all. I feel like maybe for some of you guys it's important that I mention that, because you could feel like you get judged a lot by people, maybe because of the way that you dress. This would literally be a person that does not care. This would be like, let's say for example, this is a man who wears a suit and tie, or a woman that wears like very, you know, like a business outfit, but she would still, you know, like she would still be with people that are maybe more alternative, that look very spiritual, boho outfits, or they would also be with people that maybe look more like gothic or grunge. Do you say grunge? This is like a person who they don't get you know, blended by what a person looks like. So they do not care. They treat everybody with respect, and this person is very open-minded. So they're very open-minded, and I also feel like they're very curious, which is the reason why they spend so much time with people that are not like them, because this is a very you know, open-minded and a very curious person. They want to be around people that are not like them, to, you know, because they feel like, you know what, this is so interesting, because I'm hearing that your future spouse is somebody who, I feel like your true love and your future spouse is somebody who really loves life, or who really loves to be alive, or they really love the universe. So the funny thing is, you know, like some people, I talked about it in a different reading, but if we talk about loving God or loving the universe, it also means that you love the people that God created, or you love the people that live on planet Earth, you know, right? Because we are the universe. You know, if you think about it, we are made from the same material or the same elements as like stardust or as stars, meaning that we are the universe. And I feel like this is like a person who really loves people, or they really love like different cultures, or they love to talk to different people. Again, even as this is like a person who would like be, you know, in a friendship with a complete opposite person, or from a completely different background. So this is a person who does not judge. If you feel like you've been judged a lot for certain things that you have done, this is also a person who doesn't judge a person by its past. They judge you by who you are in this very moment. For example, if you tell this person that you did something in the past, they would not care. This is a person who feels like as long as you have a good heart, as long as I see that you are a good person, I have nothing against you. I have nothing against your religion, your upbringing. I have nothing against that you know, dress completely different towards me, or like compared to me. So for some of you guys, this could even be an energy where you're going to be kind of like a couple where opposites attract, or this would be like the type of, you know, man or woman that would, you know, absolutely fall in love with somebody that is like the complete opposite of them, or kind of like, yeah, the energy of like, for example, like biracial, or two different, completely different cultures, or two completely different like how do you say that, like religious beliefs, because they believe that, you know, religion is about love. So as long as you are a person that has love in their heart, they don't care what you practice. And again, this would be the type of man or the type of woman, it's not important for them that everything has to be the same, okay, especially when it comes to like friendships and talking to people and stuff like that. So they're not like judgmental is what I'm trying to say here, okay. Another thing that I also want to tell you guys is your true love and your future spouse is somebody who this is like a person who is exceptionally optimistic, okay, because with the Wheel of Fortune, okay, with the Wheel of Fortune, and also flexible, okay. When I talk about flexibility, this could be literally where this woman, I particularly pick up a woman here in this case, where this woman is like very flexible. She could have done something, you know, like she could be like a gymnast. Oh my god, this reminds me of Sierra. Doesn't she have like a song, I love the way you ride it? And I think she says something like, I ride on you like a gymnast. So, ooh, if you're looking for a woman, I think she's really good in bed, or she's really like flexible. Like you can do all kinds of like different Kama Sutra postures, so you can let your imagination run wild and free when it comes to that, because I feel like she's very flexible, or she is somebody who has like a very fit body. I'm not saying skinny, I'm saying fit. This could be somebody who has a lot of stamina, or somebody who's very flexible, has very strong legs, or has very strong arms, okay. If it's a man, they have like very strong arms, or maybe very strong legs. The flexibility again, but it could also be that they're very very flexible when it comes to like, again, what they like, okay? I feel like when it comes to like the outer appearance, this person is very flexible. So they're not necessarily looking, you know, for a particular person to look a certain way, as long as they feel like they are connected to that person. That's the most important thing to them. Okay, because again, this person doesn't judge. This is like a person that judges you by your heart, or that judges you by how kind you are, or how compassionate you are, or, you know, how you talk about other people. Now with the flexibility, this could also be an energy where, again, this person is like very flexible in the bedroom. They like to play with certain stuff. So this is not a person who, you know, likes it a certain way. Again, this is like a person who likes to play with different things in the bedroom. They would be open to different things in the bedroom. So you can also let your imagination run wild and free when it comes to kind of like the bedroom and stuff like that. Okay. I'm picking up the energy here that, again, coming back to the energy that I mentioned before, I feel like your true love and your future spouse has a very, like, an exceptionally positive mind, or their mindset is like very strong, where this is like a person who always sees the sunshine, or who always like thinks positive, or it's easy for them to think positive. Now, let me tell you something. Your future spouse has such a positive mind, because on my channel I practice that thoughts become things. This is what I have witnessed in my life. This person has so, like, they're so positive. Their thoughts are so positive. So this is not, they would be the opposite of a pessimist. I feel like this would almost be like an optimist. And I feel like they would even be an optimist to the point where back in the days when they were a little younger, they were kind of like rose-colored glasses, or they were a little bit too trusting when it comes to other people, because they only saw the good in other people. If you tell me, Cynthia, this sounds like me, no kidding, or like duh. Because we have the King and the Queen of Pentacles, which tells me that you guys are very alike, okay? When it comes to your past, when it comes to how you function, when it comes to what you value, you're very, very, like, you're very, you could even be, for example, this is what I was trying to say, you could be the opposite when it comes to outer appearance, or maybe like belief systems, or maybe even like, you know, when it comes to jobs, but the core or the soul is the same. That's what it feels like to me here. They could be, for example, you could be doing something in the spiritual community or in the healing thingy-majigger, and they could be more in the financial energy. Or it could be the other way around, where maybe your careers are completely different or completely the opposite. One person, you know, works with, I don't know, for example, one person works with like the physical body and, you know, physical healing and something like that. For someone like that, this person could actually be a personal trainer, or they could actually do something when it comes to, you know, like health and fitness is what I'm picking up, like health, wellness and fitness. They could actually do something like that. They might do that in their free time for themselves, or they might actually do that as their profession, or it's like something that they're passionate about. They're passionate about fitness, health, wellness, okay? Or they could actually have a personal trainer is what I'm hearing, trying to get healthy and fit again. If you remember that I said in a different reading that this is like a healthy man or a healthy woman, or somebody who's very health focused, this is definitely your pal, because we have healthy choices here. Okay, so your true love and your future spouse, you guys are very, very alike, okay? So again, if it sounds like, oh my god, this sounds like me, absolutely, okay? So your future spouse, again, has like a very positive mindset, or they just are very naturally like the sunshine in the room. Their future spouse is a person who has such a positive mind that a lot of positive things happen for them, okay? Other people would say your future spouse is a lucky person, or other people would say your future spouse is a blessed person. Now, I say, because if you think about luck, you know, when you Google the word luck, they usually talk about, or it usually says that something happens by chance. And I don't believe that anything happens by chance, because the universe is way too intelligent, right? There's always a pattern, a rhythm. If you look close enough, you can always see a pattern or a rhythm when it comes to nature and the universe. And I think it's nothing different when it comes to like people that seem to be very lucky. So other people would perceive your true love and your future spouse as like a very lucky person, but again, it's not that they're lucky, they just have like very positive thoughts, okay? They think big, they have very positive thoughts, they believe that they can achieve big things, and so they achieve actually big things. This is a person who's not scared to dream of like a penthouse. They're not scared to dream of like making you know, a good amount of money. They're not scared to dream of like a beach house or whatever, because sometimes people are scared to dream about big things, right? Some people are like, no, I don't want to even think about it because I don't feel like it's reachable. This person has big dreams, big thoughts. They usually like when they daydream or visualize, it's usually very positive things that they visualize. So again, this is a person who has manifested a very beautiful life for themselves. They could have manifested a very beautiful apartment. They could have manifested a very, very good life when it comes to their finances. This is like an energy where your future spouse has like a healthy mind, and their healthy mind reflects in their finances, okay? Something about, for some of you guys, it has not always been like that, because with this Six of Swords, this tells me that your future spouse actually went through a lot of mental conflict in the past, or they have not always been like an optimistic person, okay? So this is not an energy where I don't even pick up that they grew up, you know, because some people, they grow up in a good household, or they grow up with, you know, nice parents. Their childhood is very beautiful, so they naturally have a positive mindset. I almost want to say that your true love and your future spouse went through something very challenging, but they also then realized how important health is, and then they started to focus on their mental health, and they reached their peak when it comes to having positive thoughts or having a positive mind, and for that reason a lot of things have manifested for them. So this would be somebody who is like exceptionally healthy. When they go to a doctor, the test results are very, very positive. Or maybe if it's not like when it comes to the doctor, they could also be somebody who looks very young, because they take very good care of themselves. Even if they become older, they're still going to look very young. Or this would be the type of person that ends up looking really, really young, although they're like already, I don't know how old, because there's something that they do that keeps them young and that keeps them healthy, okay? So this would be the type of man or the type of woman that even looks good when they get older, or they stay in shape when they get older, or something along those lines, okay? They also have like a very positive aura is what I'm picking up here, okay? So again, your future spouse, I feel like most likely has already manifested something like a very positive life. May that be in their finances, or again, you know, they're like exceptionally healthy, or they're very exceptionally healthy when it comes to their mental health, where their good mental health manifested a lot of good stuff for them. Okay, so they probably have a nice home, a nice house, a nice apartment. They probably have a nice salary, or you know, like a nice car, or they live in a beautiful neighborhood. Something about where their life is exceptionally beautiful. But in this case, health is wealth. Like their health, their good health, or them working on their health actually brought a lot of wealth to them, is what I'm picking up here. Okay, so I feel like this person, once you meet them, they're going to show you like how beautiful life can be. Because again, this is a person who loves life. They love to experience life. They love to be alive. They, you know, perceive living as something pleasurable, something beautiful. They usually enjoy themselves and stuff like that, because again, I feel like this person has manifested like a really beautiful, you know, like an apartment with a nice balcony, or maybe a garden with a nice garden. They maybe have like their dream car. They manifested like their dream car. They manifested their dream apartment, or they live in a neighborhood that is really beautiful. Because just imagine, when this person thinks about their future, they think about the best view. So then they manifest having an apartment with a really good view. They basically imagine best case scenarios. That's also the reason why their life looks like a best case scenario, okay? But it's kind of like, again, it comes from a place of like they're like a very healthy individual. If it's a female that you're looking for, if it is a female that you're looking for, she could have blonde hair, or she could have ginger or red hair, okay? For some of you guys, not for everybody. And she also doesn't have to be fair skinned. She could also be somebody that has colored their hair blonde, or that has blonde highlights, or this could be a woman that has like red hair or ginger hair, or this could even be you if you're watching me with blonde hair, or if you have blonde highlights, or if you have like red hair, or if you are a redhead. This is definitely your pal, okay? I'm picking up the energy here that, let me see what's coming through here, because we have here mutual feelings, revelation. So this is definitely a man. Now let's get a little bit into the spicy energy here. So this is a man or a woman that is very open about how they feel about you, okay? So now, I don't know how much you guys can see, but this is like Charlotte and her, oh my god, this is so freaking funny. This is Charlotte and what was his name? Harry? It was Charlotte and Harry in Sex and the City. And if you don't know about Sex and the City, Charlotte actually converted or changed her religion in order to be with Harry, which is the reason why I picked this energy up here. This would be a person that would open to learn about your culture, would be open to learn about your religion. So even if you have both, if you both are very like different when it comes to that aspect, they would be actually open. This would also be the type of person to convert if they feel like they find joy and happiness in maybe your religion or in your practices. Or this would be a person that would totally support you, even if, you know, like they don't necessarily believe what you believe, but they would totally like support you, like genuinely from their heart. They would drive you to church if you like going to church, you know. They would actually go with you. They would be like open to experience stuff like that. It's kind of like the person who is very open-minded. They believe when they see. Does that make sense? So this would be the type of person, they're not closed off where they only believe what they know. They're like, okay, well, how can I judge what this person says if I have no experiences? Before I speak, listen to me, this is a man or a woman, before they judge and before they speak, they want to, you know, experiment, or they want to kind of like, I'm hearing a day in the life of ... So this would be the type of person, they would rather be experiencing the day in the life of like a Buddhist in order to form their opinion, okay? So I feel like this is something that you're really going to appreciate about them. Especially if you feel like you're sometimes the odd one, the black sheep, or you might be practicing or doing something that maybe not everybody understands. This would be somebody who has like welcoming arms. They would, you know, spend a day with you or a weekend with you, and they would actually like come with you and see what you're doing, to see where you're coming from when you're speaking, basically, okay? So now this energy here, again, we talked about it. Charlotte converted to Judaism. So they could be Jewish, or somebody here watching me could be Jewish. So they converted, or she converted to Judaism, I think you say. But you know what the funny thing is? This is so beautiful. I love it, because I remember in Charlotte, like in Sex and the City, Charlotte was like, oh, I'm celebrating my last Christmas, because, you know, in the Jewish culture, you don't practice Christmas, at least like what they showed in the, you know, in Sex and the City. And then he was like, no, it's okay, we can still, you know, yeah, you know, he was like, no, you don't have to give this up, you know, we can still, you know, celebrate Christmas. It was such a beautiful energy, because they were very, very different, but they had like, their love was so strong that they found a way to, you know, be open and understand the other person. So I do feel like there could be an energy where you have both different cultures, or you have maybe both different belief systems, or maybe again there's like an energy where you both maybe dress a little bit differently, or again, this could just be, I'm also picking up something about skin color. Not that it matters, but I would not be surprised if there's like a difference here, where somebody's like blonde with blue eyes and the other person's maybe like Puerto Rican, or like dark hair, dark eyes, something along those lines, okay? Where it looks like opposites attract. Or this could even be, if it's not about religious beliefs, maybe for example, you look very classy and very soft, and this person looks more like edgy and, you know, like with leather and spikes and stuff like that. So from the outside it looks like, wow, these are like two very opposite people, or there's something opposite about you, okay? This could even be where somebody's like very calm and the other person's very adventurous. Like one person's very loud, the other person's very calm. one person maybe is very tall, the other person is very like short. That's what it feels like to me here. There's something that is very different between the two of you. Again, it could be literally just height, okay, but I'm actually gonna look at what exactly this is. Now, I remember the way Harry told Charlotte that he likes her. First of all, he got really, really nervous, but he just blabbered it out. So this would be the type of man or the type of woman to actually like tell you how they feel about you. This would be a man or a woman to send you like a text message in the morning. Let's say, for example, you sleep over at their place. They would leave like a note on the pillow, or they would send you like a text message, or they would leave you like a voicemail in the morning where you're like, where is he or where is she? And then when you check your phone, there's already like a text message or a voicemail letting you know or wishing you a good morning. They had to leave, they had to go somewhere, but they kind of like, I'm also picking up the energy because with the King of Pentacles, this could be somebody who's very career driven. They love to work, they love their job. They could even be somebody that has multiple sources of income, so they work they work on multiple things. They maybe have how do you say that, they wear different hats, okay? They could be like in daytime they work in a cubicle, and then in the, you know, afternoon they're kind of like a personal trainer or a nutritionist, okay? If I could describe the energy, for me this does feel like a nutritionist, a personal trainer, somebody who's very, you know, like a massage therapist, somebody who works in that kind of energy. It doesn't have to be like that. It could just be their hobby, or they actually work in that energy, okay? Or it could even be that their culture is very like focused on health or focused on healthy eating, is what I'm picking up here. Or they're very close to like it sounds a little bit weird, but I'm thinking about like Asian culture that is very like, that incorporates a lot of like vegetables and fruits and stuff like that. Or I'm also being brought to like Indian culture, or Asian cuisine, Indian cuisine, where, you know, the culture very naturally connects you to earth, or connects you to kind of like eating somewhat healthy, or a very balanced diet or something along those lines, okay? So with the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, this is definitely a woman or a man. They love their job, they love working, they love making money. They also like to spend money. I'm not gonna lie, but it's not like a person who is exaggerating when it comes to spending money. They like to, you know, I'm picking up the energy where your true love and your future spouse, again, they like to make money. So they actually enjoy working, making money, achieving goals financially, achieving milestones when it comes to their finances. They actually like working for their money. They don't mind. They actually find joy in that, okay? Or they could really love their job, but they also like to spend money, okay? So this is a man or a woman that does like to spend money. They like to spend money on nice clothing, on a nice perfume. They like to spend money on their man or their woman. This would be the type of man or the type of woman to pay for your hair, to pay for your nails. They don't mind. For them, it's like, what do I work for if I don't work for my woman? Or of course I'm gonna, you know, like I'm not gonna let you pay in case you want to, but I'm not gonna let you pay if you don't want to. Kind of like the energy where they like to work, they like to make money, but they also like to spend money. This is a person who has their finances together, because we also have abundance planning here. Okay, so this is definitely a person who has their finances together. But again, this person really likes to spend money. They like to spend money on a good wine. They like to spend money on good food. They like to, you know, spend money in a good restaurant. They like to spend money on nice sheets. You know, like you know, a pullover that is very soft, you know, maybe jewelry that is long lasting. Okay, this could be a person who would rather spend more money on, you know, jewelry that is long lasting instead of like fast fashion. Does that make sense? So this would be the type of person they're looking for quality over quantity. So they would have like something that is maybe on the more expensive side, but it lasts them longer. That's what it feels like to me here. So instead of like buying earrings or buying jewelry that is like low quality, they like to buy stuff that is high quality and they can use it for a longer time. Okay, I'm also seeing that they really have nice coats for the winter season, because I just got like an image of like them wearing a coat. They wear coats, or they have like really nice jackets, or they could have like a they could be into like fashion, or they could be into like jackets. They have like a, because I'm picking up the energy, this would be the type of man, because you know some men, they like to collect shoes. I think this person likes to collect jewelry, or they like to collect coats or jackets or something along those lines. I feel like this person likes to collect accessoires like sunglasses, jewelry, you know, coats and stuff like that is what I'm picking up here. Okay, yeah, I feel like this person looks like they could, it's either them looking very, very healthy, like they have very glowing skin, or their eyes look very healthy. You know how some people have like eyes that look dead? This person, or like maybe even sleepy eyes. It doesn't even have to be like dead, quote on in quotation marks. Could be like they have like they look very awake, like look as though they got a very good rest. Okay, so they always look like they always look like they slept 11 hours. Okay, this person always looks like very fresh. They could have like very glowy skin, or very white teeth, or like very nice teeth, or something about like their skin is very beautiful is what I'm picking up here. Or they just look like, I'm also hearing I woke up like this. So this could be a person who looks very good, very effortlessly, or this could be a person who just looks very well rested. You can literally look into their face and you can tell that this person is healthy, or that this person has a healthy mindset, or that this person practices something that is good for their skin, good for their hair. They might have shiny hair, they might have like very, you know, a very full beard, or maybe just like their eyes are very sparkly, very glowing. Their skin looks very beautiful is what I'm picking up here. Okay, they look like they are well rested. They look very relaxed, very well rested. They don't look stressed is what I'm picking up here. I feel like your future spouse usually looks like very relaxed. Okay, they also have like a very relaxed posture is what I'm picking up here, or they walk very relaxed. They might even talk very relaxed. Okay, I don't think this is a person who's Speedy Gonzalez when he speaks or when she speaks. I think she's taking her time, or he's taking her time. Or yeah, this is also a person who probably takes a little bit of time to get ready. Okay, this could be a person who takes a little bit of time in front of the mirror. They also spend a lot of like energy on self-care. Okay, because it's important to them. They feel like they can, you know, achieve the best. I'm hearing they feel like they can achieve the best when they take care of themselves, and that's basically what they're doing. Okay, so again, this person would definitely be somebody who likes to buy you presents, who likes to, you know, like cook for you, you know, like you're still in bed and they already cooked you breakfast, but they also have to go to work, or they have to go somewhere very spontaneously, and they would leave you like food, or they would order food for you. I'm also thinking they would order like room service is what I'm picking up here. So this is definitely a person who like, I'm picking up the energy that this is like a man or a woman that works a lot, but you would never feel like this person has no time for you, or you would never feel like this person is neglecting you for work, because they would always like, I don't know, they would like, again, you know, order food for you or make breakfast for you before they go out. They would leave you like notes on the cushion or on the pillow, or they would send you like text messages, or they would write you because they couldn't. I'm also picking up the energy. This would be the person, you know, if you guys are sleeping and they have to go somewhere, and you're, for example, napping or sleeping or whatever, or you fell asleep, they would actually text you I love you, because they couldn't say it to you, you know, immediately, or like they couldn't say it to you because you were asleep. That's what I'm picking up here. Okay, this was also definitely a person who likes to seduce you. Okay, so this would be a man or a woman. They would stand in front of the mirror. They would stand in front of the mirror. They would put on their, you know, perfume, and they would be like, oh, that perfume is sexy. That perfume is gonna, you know, that perfume, you know, pie number one is gonna, you know, want to eat me, or pie number one is gonna want to kiss my neck, or pie number one is going to want to stroke my beard because my beard smells so good is what I'm picking up. So this is definitely a person, when they stand in front of a mirror and they get ready for you, in their mind, they do want to seduce you. Like they would open up a little bit, or they would button up their shirt and maybe, for example, show a little bit of their chest, or they would maybe wear something where you can see a little bit of their muscles, or you can see this person's long legs or something along those lines, or kind of like wear they do something with their collarbones. I'm picking up the energy of like putting shimmer or putting highlighter on the collarbones is what I'm picking up here. I don't know why. I mean, of course, it's for a woman here, but this is definitely a woman that likes to seduce, a man that likes to seduce. When they meet up with you, in their mind, they want to seduce you. They would touch you. For them, it's a game. So they would have a lot of fun seducing you. They would touch you intentionally in certain areas that would arouse you. They would want to ask you questions, what you like, what turns you on, especially in the beginning stages. They would ask questions indirectly to find out what you like, or they would, you know, like, they would touch you in certain places because they know it arouses you. I'm seeing like a woman who touches a man on his knee, and she knows exactly what she's doing, and she's doing it on purpose. That's what I'm picking up here. Or I'm picking up the energy kind of like a man who would put like your hair behind your ear because he wants to like get close to you, or finding a reason to be close to you. For example, if it's like raining and you both have to share an umbrella, they would be closer to you than they actually have to be, if you know what I mean. Or when you guys talk, they would lean forward, they would be very close to you, but they're doing it with the intention of like seducing you. This would be a person who would find it funny to see you kind of like how can I explain that energy? It's almost this energy where your true love and your future spouse, they like to see how you react when they do certain things. So this is definitely somebody who likes to play. They like to be a seducer or a seductress. They like to do things and see how you react to them is what I'm picking up here, okay? So they would, for example, look at your lips, and they know that you notice, but they're doing it like on purpose, and then they would like giggle, or like they would have like a cheeky grin is what I'm picking up here, okay? Or they would intentionally kind of like, I don't know, wear really nice lingerie. For example, she's wearing like her back is open to see. She would wear something where you're like, oh my god, what kind of bra is she wearing? It looks like freaky or whatever. I'm being brought to like bras that are like a little bit more you know, it's not like a normal bra she might be doing. Or she might not wear any underwear at all, where you're like, where's her underwear? Does she not wear anything? This would be the type of person they would intentionally maybe wear something where the nipples are visible, because they want to see how you react. They want to seduce you, okay? They want to give you eye candy when they come into the room. Okay, they would intentionally put like lipstick on and look at you, or something along those lines is what I'm picking up here. Okay, I also feel like they have very nice lips, or you're going to love this person's lips here. Okay, this person would also be somebody that how can I explain that? I feel like they would kind of spoil you. I'm gonna be very honest, so be careful not to become a spoiled brat. I'm gonna be very honest. I feel like this person would kind of like spoil you, or it would like, to other people it would look like this person is spoiling you, okay? So if other people look at your relationship, they would be like, man, you know, my man, my woman never does that for me, or wow, you know, your man or your woman is really spoiling you is what I'm picking up here. They would like massage your feet. They would massage your feet, or again, they would like cook for you even though it's not even necessary. Like kind of like help you to put your shoes on, or kind of like to tie your shoes, maybe because of like, for whatever reason, they would help you with stuff like that. They would like hold your bag or something along those lines. Or again, like they would, I don't know, help you cutting your beard. It's like a person who helps you even though you don't even need help. Does that make sense? This is like a person who helps you even though you don't even need help. So they would be maybe a little bit over the top for other people. And again, I feel like you have to be a little bit careful not to get spoiled and not to take this person for granted, because I feel like they're gonna give a lot. And you know, in the beginning, I feel like you're gonna be overwhelmed. But again, I want you guys to remember this pick a card reading and not to become spoiled, or you have to be a little bit careful not to get spoiled, because this person, when they are in love, they really treat their man or their woman like a king or like a queen. But sometimes we, you know, like we take it for granted. And your spirit guides want you to know, don't ever take this person for granted. Like their energy is literally a blessing, okay? This is a person who's like, they haven't, you know what's funny? They have like a soft side and they have a very hard side. Now I feel like their energy, when they're like very strict and disciplined and hard and focused and like edgy, comes out in business. It's like a man or a woman that is very like, I'm picking up the energy of like a lawyer, kind of like a lawyer that is very they go straight towards what needs to be done, very like strict, very focused, very disciplined. They don't play around when it comes to work, okay? They're not going with the flow. They're very structured. They need to structure and organize everything. They don't play around when it comes to their finances and when it comes to their work. That's where they become a little bit like, do you know, how can I explain that energy? That's where they become kind of like a, that's where they become like very bossy. That's the word that I'm trying to say. They're very bossy, okay? When it comes to their career and their work, they're very bossy, okay? Very opinionated, very bossy. They walk into a room like a boss. They think they are a boss. They think they know what they're talking about, and because they think it, they're also manifesting it, okay? So they do intimidate other people when it comes to finances and money and work in their career, because they walk and talk like a boss and they act like a boss, okay? They're very bossy when it comes to finances and stuff like that. But when it comes to love, they're like a softie, okay? This is literally what I'm picking up here. They have like a beautiful mixture of being hard or being hardcore. This could also be somebody who doesn't sleep for like 3 days because they need to get like a project done. Very hardcore, but then they're like very soft when it comes to like their partner. Or all of a sudden they're like, they want you to, you know, cuddle with them. They want you to stroke their hair. They want you to, you know, like stroke their belly or whatever. This is a person who, you know, when they come home, they just want to be soft and they want you to hold them and they want you to stroke them and they want to just, you know, lay in your arms. And, you know, they have like a very soft energy when it comes to that. But then when you look at them, like when they drive to work, it's almost like the energy where they have an alter ego. You're going to notice that they switch from you know, when they go to work, they have like a different energy. It's more like bossy, more dominant, more like you know, I feel like this person sometimes pisses people off when they go to work, but also everybody knows that your true love and your future spouse knows what they're talking about. That's what I'm picking up here. But they would be somebody who pisses other people off at work because they might be a little bit too bossy or too perfectionistic is what I'm picking up here. But again, then when they come home, they're freaking soft. Or I'm also picking up where you might have to remind this man or this woman, your true love and your future spouse, like, hey, you're not at work anymore. You can calm down, you can relax and stuff like that, because maybe they sometimes come home with this bossy energy. Not that they're doing it to you, but they might come home with like, I wouldn't necessarily say stress, but I would say like where it's hard for them to relax, where they are like tense and they're still like in this tense energy, or where they come home and they're still working, although their shift is done, but they're still doing something extra. And you have to remind this person like, hey, come in bed now, you need to, you know, like sleep now, come, I'm gonna massage you, you know, like where this person's like, they can sometimes not stop working, or they're very tense, like they become very tense where they feel like they have to achieve more and more and more, and almost like forget sleep or whatever. I think they already have it under control, because I pick up like, I even feel like they maybe had a burnout and they now learned to be healthier and make healthier decisions. But I feel like you sometimes have to like remind this person to, you know, calm down. You know, I think that's very important here. Now, for some of you guys, this person is also somebody who likes to dance. Okay, this could be somebody who likes to dance, who likes to rap, who likes to sing. Okay, this could also be somebody who, even if they are not a singer, they just like to hum and sing music. Like when they are in the kitchen and they're making pancakes, they're humming, they're singing, they're rapping and stuff like that. Okay, that's how you know that they're in a good mood when they're singing and dancing. So you might randomly see them dancing while they're cleaning, or you might see them randomly like rapping or whatever, having their own concert in the kitchen and something along those lines. But this could also be somebody, excuse me, like they would dedicate a song to you, they would write a song for you, they would, you know, like sing a song to you, play guitar for you, is what I'm picking up here. Because for some of you guys, they could have tendencies to be an artist, like where they make music, even if they don't make, I feel like for some of you guys, it's a person who likes to make music in their free time. For others of you, they this is a person when they get home, they put on music immediately, or they need music in the background, okay, is what I'm picking up here. Or this would be somebody who just, you know, comes to you and touches you and wants to dance with you a little bit because their favorite song is playing or whatever. Or this would be somebody who's dedicating a song to you. Like, for example, if you have a fight, they would send you like a song. Every time I hear the song, I think about you, is what I'm picking up here, okay. Let me see what else is coming through here. We also have Cancerian energy, so I'm gonna be very, 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 very honest here, okay? So again, I pick up the energy here where they become very soft when they are around you. You are this person's Achilles heel. You are this person's soft spot, okay? Everywhere in the world, they can be hard, strict, almost like detached or emotionless. Again, this person has a big heart, but they feel like the world is harsh, so they rather would not show it. We talked about it, or now that I say it, I remember that there's a mask in your picture. Okay, there could be an energy where this person likes to go to parties, or they like partying, or this could be a person who likes to throw parties or gatherings at their place, at their home, is what I'm picking up here. Or this is a person who really likes to, you know, like go out, go into the city, have a nice, you know, I'm hearing having a nice barbecue, but it's not for everybody. I don't know why I heard that. I'm also hearing barbecue sauce. I don't know what that means, okay? So I'm picking up, if some of you guys, this person could also be somebody that likes to sit on a balcony together with you, or that likes to throw a little party at their apartment. Or they could be somebody that likes to have like do something adventurous on the weekend, kind of like going to a nice club, a nice bar or whatever. You know, but again, this is what I was talking about. What do they work for? They work a lot so that they can also, you know, enjoy the best view and the best wine and the best party and stuff like that. Or this is a person who definitely sometimes has to kind of like go out and have fun, because they're usually very strict and disciplined. So the way they kind of like balance that strict and focused energy is by going out, dancing, partying, listening to music, going to festivals and stuff like that. Now with the Cancerian energy, I feel like your future spouse has tendencies, or you will notice that your true love and your future spouse has tendencies to be a little bit clingy. Hear me out, okay? I don't want you to run away. I mean, of course, you're gonna fall in love with them, so you're probably gonna, you know, like, how do you say that? Like, close one eye, you know, like, it's something that you can work on, because nobody's perfect. But I pick up the energy that your future spouse might also have tendencies to be, again, where they do too much, you know, where they want to do too much for you, and you have to remind this person that you can do things on your own, or that you don't always need this person's help. Because I feel like for you, you're going to say, hey, do you think I'm not able to do this on my own? And this person's like, no, I just want to help you. So they really want to help you. They're not seeing you like a person who's not capable of it, but they just like to help you because they love you so much. But you might feel like they're doing too much and they're not letting you, kind of like where they kind of like underestimate your strength, or underestimate like what you can do for yourself. But your spirit guides want you to know this is just the person's like character, where you know, they do acts of services when they love a person or when they appreciate somebody, but you might feel like they're doing too much, or you know, you can do this on your own, or you don't need help with that. Okay, so they could have an energy, or they could have a tendency to do too much for you, or to not let you do anything on your own. Or this could also be a person who has a tendency to sometimes be a little bit clingy. When I say that, let me actually get one last card here, where the Cancerian card is here. Yeah, they could have, I feel like they have like two energies to them. Sometimes they're very detached, especially if there's like a big project, or if there's something big happening at work. You're gonna notice that this person gives you more freedom and more because I feel like this person has two tendencies. One energy is kind of like where they're very focused on career and work, to the point where again, they just leave like notes, and they, you know, send you messages or call you just to tell you that they love you, because they don't have time, or the next 3 days are going to be extremely busy for them, so they're letting you know beforehand, or they're sending you a text message or whatever, or telling you how much they love you. Until the next 3 days, they're very focused, and you don't hear much from them, or you will not be able to see each other. And then, but then when they are with you, they're kind of like a Siamese, where you guys are Siamese twins, and they get very clingy. So there could even be an energy where this person, I feel like this is a person who would say, you know, you don't have to go to work, I'm gonna pay. Do you know what I mean? Kind of like an energy where they don't want you to, when you say you have to go somewhere, let's say for example you say you want to go to, and again, there's nothing, you don't have to worry, because you can talk with your true love and your future spouse. I see that once you make clear to them how you feel about the situation, they understand you. This is a person that you can talk to, and then they are like, oh man, now that you say it, it really is a little bit too much. If I think about it, they didn't notice it until you make them aware, so don't worry about it. But I pick up like the energy where they would say like, why don't you stay here? You don't have to go to the gym. You know, you don't even need to lose weight. And you're like, it's not even about losing a weight. I just want to be healthy. Does that make sense? Or kind of like where you're reading a book and they're calling and they're like, hey, let's talk on the phone, and you're like, no, I want to read a book. And they're like, why do you want to read a book? Is something wrong? Did I do something? And you're like, no, I just want to read a book. This is the energy that I pick up here. But again, it's like where you both have to get used to each other's energies, what I'm picking up here, where they notice, okay, pie number one is not mad at me, pie number one just wants to read a book, okay, is what I'm picking up here. Because again, they could have like tendencies to be, because they if you ask yourself what kind of sign, astrology sign your future spouse is, they are a Cancerian, or they have Cancerian energy, okay? So you can go on Google and check out what a Cancerian man or a Cancerian woman is like, and you're gonna find a lot more information here. Okay, but let's get one last card here for you guys. Why is the Cancerian energy here? What's going on? Yeah, there's sometimes in their head, like when you, this is like a person who they sometimes like overanalyze or overthink. Like when you don't talk to them for a few hours, they think maybe they did something wrong or they said something wrong. Maybe in the beginning stages you will have like this energy, although you just need time for yourself, or you're just doing something and then they feel like, oh my god, did I do something wrong? So I would recommend to you, once you meet your true love and your future spouse, because it's all about like learning how this person works, and then, you know, helping them, or where two energies come together. And maybe you usually sometimes maybe disappear, or you like to sometimes do your own thing or something along those lines. So when you already tell them like, hey, I love you, I'm not mad at you, I just need like this day to read my, or to finish my book, then they're not going to be in their head. But if you don't tell them why you need a day for yourself, they're overthinking that they did something wrong, or that they're not treating you right, or something along those lines. Does that make sense? So I feel like you have to kind of like talk to them very clearly why you do what you do, is what I'm picking up here. One last card. Why is the Cancerian energy here? Yeah, okay. This person's gonna be your best friend, okay? If you say I'm going out with my best friend, you actually mean your true love and your future spouse. I'm hearing this is going to be your best friend, because sometimes, you know, like we have a best friend and we have our boyfriend or our girlfriend, but I'm literally hearing you will call your true love and your future spouse your best friend. Like in your heart, this is literally your best friend, okay? Is what I'm picking up here. So when you say I'm going out with my best friend, you mean your true love and your future spouse. You might have a best friend, but your future spouse is also your best friend, is what I'm picking up here. Okay, one more thing that I want to tell you guys is I also feel like you're going to be a little bit surprised, especially if it's a man, where when your man is outside, or when you're, actually it doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman, because I feel like they have one personality of them, or one side of them is very like focused, disciplined. They want to talk about the facts. They don't care about the, you know, like get to the point kind of energy, kind of like get to the point, what needs to be done. Let's stay focused. Things have to be structured and ordered. I need to get everything done. This is my to-do list. I don't have time for bullshit. This is the energy that I pick up here. And then when they get home, they cry like, pie number one today, you know, this puppy came to me, and then they, you know, like drop a tear, and you're like, what the fuck is... I pick up like the energy where they are exceptionally soft, like they're soft to the point where you're like, oh my god. Or they cry because, you know, they cry because like, I don't know, they saw like a puppy, or they're like, pie number one, let's get a puppy together, and you're like, what is wrong with you? You know, you look like so buff, or like so dominant, so like strict and stuff like that, but then they want a puppy. or they cry in a movie, or where you're like, when you look at this person, you're like, are you crying? And they're like, no, somebody's cutting onions here. This is literally what I'm hearing. This is so funny. Or where they listen to like a song that is so soft, like they listen to Lana Del Rey, Kiss Me Hard Before You Go. But then they're like very, I don't know, they're like very strict, and on the outside you're like, they're like stone cold, all about business, but then at home they cry about stuff, or they're like so touched, or they're like, oh my god, this bird is so beautiful, and you're like, are you just admiring birds on a balcony? This is what I'm picking up here. It's like a very funny energy where I feel like this person's gonna make you laugh because you're so shocked about sometimes how soft they are. It's like, where does that come from? So they sometimes have like a soft energy to them that comes out of nowhere. I'm also hearing they become very soft around full moons. I don't know, this sounds very weird, but this is what I'm hearing. Or they have like music on their phone that is like very soft, and you're like, oh my god, that's so corny. You listen to that? This is what I'm picking up here. Pile number 1. I'm going to extend this reading now on Patreon. The link is down in the description box. And I do want to talk about, since you guys are about to meet each other, okay, because again, you're my pal. Whatever you're doing something right when it comes to attracting your true love in your future spouse, and you know, like having a big manifestation happening in your love life. So I want to talk about, for some of you guys, maybe you need some extra guidance. So I want to talk about how you can manifest your true love in your future spouse, or what technique would be the best for you. And we're also going to look at signs and symbols that your future spouse is near you, okay? So, pile number 1. If you are interested in that, the link is down in the description box, and if not, I'm gonna see you in my next one, and I wish you a lovely day. Bye. Hello my beautiful pal number 2, how are you guys doing? So you chose image number 2, which is these two lovely beings in a red light. I love red light, if you ask me, which brings me to a red light therapy. So just a confirmation for somebody watching me here before I begin your reading, you could actually be in therapy right now, or you could actually do something kind of like a therapy for your back, or because I'm picking up the energy of like a massage therapist or like a masseuse, or something about like going to therapy for maybe your back, or going to therapy for, I feel like for a lot of you guys, you're currently working with a professional to somehow resolve an issue, but it feels like a physical issue, or mental health issues, or physical issues, okay, is what I'm picking up here, where you somehow work with a professional right now at this point in time to help you with something. Here's what I'm picking up, okay? Because now I'm being brought to like red light therapy. But anyway, this is just a confirmation for somebody here. I changed the light. It was not planned, but I felt like I wanted to change the light, and I changed it to red. Okay, for some of you guys, maybe red could be your favorite color, or red could be a significant color in your life, or that's how your spirit guides are currently talking to you, okay? Again, just a confirmation for somebody watching. So, as you can tell by the title, if you have not watched the intro, we're going to look at how a tarot reader, me, would describe your future spouse. And the reason why I do this reading is because I want to help you guys to manifest your true love in your future spouse. And the way you manifest your dream love life, or a whirlwind romance into your life, is usually by what you think happens, or kind of like where thoughts become things, okay? So when you visualize something on a consistent basis, at some point it's gonna manifest, or it's gonna, you know, start to create form or become form, okay? Because usually things start off to be energy, and then they become form, okay? So actually the whole concept of something not being there and then all of a sudden it is there is, first of all, it starts with an energy, and then it starts to form into something real. So I'm just here to help you visualize your true love in your future spouse, where it's easier for you to think about them, where it's easier for you to, you know, like manifest them, or visualize them, or daydream about them, because you know what their energy and their vibe is like. This is why I'm here, and this is why I do this reading. Before we begin, I also want to let you guys know that this reading is also going to have an extended, where I will actually in particular look at what will maybe help you to manifest your future spouse. So let me see what is happening here. I'm hearing the song by Jhené Aiko immediately. I'm hearing I'm a Wanderer. I think it is called Spotless Mind, if I'm not mistaken. The song is called Spotless Mind. So I pick up such a lovely energy from your future spouse. I would actually really adore them, to be honest with you guys. Now, first of all, I want to tell you something. Somehow the angel number 888 is very significant when it comes to your true love and your future spouse, okay? So somehow the angel number 888 is significant. It means that your future spouse is around you, that you're currently manifesting them, or that something that you think about is in connection. Let's say, for example, you go out and you think about like, I'm just going to give one example, okay? You think about like Asian food, and then you see the number 888. If that happens, it could mean that maybe your future spouse really likes Asian food, or they could have an Asian descent, or they could somehow be connected to the Asian culture, or the first time that they ask you out to go on a date could be in an Asian restaurant. Does that make sense? Where you see the number 888 and somehow what you're thinking in that moment is directly connected to your true love and your future spouse, because we have the 8 of Cups here. Because we have the 8 of Cups here. I thought I saw it three times. We have it 2 times here, but anyway, when Spirit is talking like that, they still want to talk about the angel number 888. So if I look at this card, this is such a lovely card, because usually this card stands for somebody feeling, I'm hearing wanderlust. Okay, I'm hearing the song Wanderlust, and now I'm also hearing the song Wanderlust by The Weeknd. Okay, there's something going on where I feel like your true love and your future spouse, they could be somebody who walks a lot, or they could be somebody who really likes hiking, or they like to go on pilgrimages. I'm seeing them like walking in a desert, or I'm seeing them like walking. It looks like a pilgrimage. I do feel like your future spouse is a very spiritual person, to be honest with you, because the energy that I pick up here is like, this person looks at the moon and looks at the sky, and they look at like the sea and the rocks and, you know, the coast and stuff like that, and they're just it's a very contemplative person. This is a very contemplative person, especially about what truly makes them happy, what matters to them. They're like very much because in the song, let me show it to you guys. Okay, so in the song, she says, he's a wanderer, he's a wanderer. It says, I started as a love song, 24 years in the making, moving, somebody here could be 24 years in the making, moving from place to place. I never really settled down. Without a place to call home, I got used to the changes, moving from stranger to strangest. You should face it, I am crazy. So pile number 2, I'm picking up the energy that your future spouse is kind of like a digital nomad, or they're kind of like a person on a spiritual quest. Okay, this is a person who's very contemplative. Like, for example, you see everybody partying, and again, I love partying and I like drinking and I like dancing. So when I say that, it's never because I'm judging, but I'm seeing like everybody's like partying, because I'm seeing like a beach and everybody's dancing and partying. But your future spouse is sitting there, and instead of like partying, they're like sitting close to the water and they're just watching the sunset, and they're contemplating about life. This is a man or a woman that contemplates about life. I feel like they go hiking, or they like to go on a walk. There might be somebody who's like in the town with a bike, or going on a walk, or something about where this person is. Like, they usually go to bodies of water to cleanse their mind or cleanse their energy. So I do feel a strong energy here that your true love and your future spouse is a very spiritual person. But I feel like I almost want to say they are so spiritual because they felt like there's more to life than just a car or just food, or, you know, like there's more to life than just, I'm hearing, okay, P-U-S-S-Y, money and weed. So there's more than P-U-S-S-Y, money and weed, or there's more than just a shoe collection. Because there's an energy where your future spouse always felt like, listen to me, I almost want to say where your future spouse somehow achieved like some type of like financial wealth. Okay, because we have wealthy couple here, which is telling me that this person somehow achieved something that would be looked at as success. Maybe they have a nice car, a nice apartment, maybe they're just good with their finances and stuff like that, okay? But to them it doesn't mean anything. And then they realized, like, wow, like all this time I was so focused on achieving that, and here I am, and it doesn't mean shit to me, okay? So I feel like your true love in your future spouse is somebody your future spouse has the energy of like a deep ocean, okay? Your future spouse has the energy of a deep ocean where you kissing them on the cheek has more meaning to them than you sucking their, you know, tree between their legs. There's something going on, because I feel like if I could describe the energy, it's almost like this energy, I've been there, done that. So they've been there, they've done that, but they never experienced like true unconditional love, and their soul is craving for it. So I almost want to say that your true love in your future spouse is actually somebody who's very romantic. They're craving romantic date nights. They're craving like a woman or a man to look at them and where they can see the love in the person's eyes. They crave like to get kissed on their forehead or on their cheek, even if they are a guy, because it's kind of like I can get, you know, like how do you say that, I can get my tree sucked everywhere, but to get like a kiss from somebody that loves me with all their heart is like hard to find. So I would describe your true love in your future spouse as somebody who's very cuddly, okay? So this is a person who likes to get hugs, who likes to hug. They like when you hold this person's hands. They like when you kiss them on the cheek or on the forehead. They like to cuddle. Again, it's not like they're not, which is funny because the image that you chose looks very sexual. Okay, but it's kind of like, I almost want to say where they don't get aroused anymore by just, you know, as sex. So they don't, it's like, it's almost this energy where this person cannot find a climax having sex anymore if they don't love the person. Does that make sense? So because I feel like there was something happening here. Yeah, I feel like there was something happening with the 8 of Cups. This could even be their last relationship where they realized this person doesn't even love me. They're sitting in front of me, but I don't feel any love when I look at them. Or they have been like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's almost like where your future spouse likes to look at people's eyes and see what their soul is about. This is somebody who has a very intense stare. When they look at you, you will feel like they look into your soul, they look into your spirit, or there's nothing that you can hide from this person because their eyes are so intense. So I almost want to say where your true love and your future spouse, they sometimes look at people. How can I explain that energy? I really like it. I like it a lot. Do you know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing, why are you lying? Whoa. Okay, here we go. This brings me to a Supernatural episode, and if somebody here watches Supernatural, I feel like your true love in your future spouse reminds me of Jack. Okay, somebody's name could also be Jack here, or somebody's first name or middle or last name could start with a J. But it was the episode where Jack realized that people don't always tell the truth and they sometimes lie, and where he was like, I want everybody to tell the truth. Or this is an energy where this man or this woman, they would go to a, oh, listen to me. I'm also hearing the song Cut You Off by Kendrick Lamar, because I'm picking up the energy where your true love and your future spouse goes to a gathering, like a family gathering, okay? They go to a family gathering and they know that auntie number 1 talked about auntie number 2, and they also know that the girlfriend of their father, like their father's girlfriend, also said something negative about his sister or her sister or whatever. And then they're sitting there and everybody's pretending, oh, we like each other, it's a nice day. And then your future spouse is sitting there just observing it, and they're like, why the fuck are all of you lying? Why is everybody pretending? Why is everybody lying? Why is everybody faking the funk? Like, what am I even doing here? Like, I feel like, what is that? Like, they get, how can I explain that energy? It's like where your future spouse is really fed up with lies and like masquerades and like, how can I explain that? I'm hearing this one quote. That says, I felt so dumb when I realized that life is a masquerade party, or everybody shows up with a costume and I came barefaced. That's what it feels like to me here, okay? If I could describe the energy of your future spouse, that's who they are. Now, the reason why I say that is because with the Death card, it's like a Scorpio energy. Scorpio energy is very, very intense. It's a very intense person. And if I could describe the energy, it's like, why is everybody pretending that they want to get their tree sucked when everybody wants love? Like, why don't you just admit that you wish for true love instead of just walking around with your big balls or whatever? Like, they get this is a man or a woman that wishes that the world was more truthful or more organic or natural or authentic, okay? So if I could describe the energy, this would be a man. They would let you be who you are, but they would love you like when you're, you know, barefaced, or how can I explain it? It's like this energy of like hair tied, chilling with no makeup on. That's when you're the prettiest. I hope that you don't get me wrong. That's what it feels like to me here, okay? This is a man or a woman that really likes, you know, like natural. They would rather, you know, like spend an evening with you two together without like taking pictures and posting it and stuff like that. I feel like your future spouse is somebody who, they want things to be real, okay? Again, for some of you guys, they could be, and I'm talking to you guys, if you are a natural beauty and you don't put makeup on and stuff like that, or you don't wear fake nails, or you don't, you know, your body is very natural, this is just a confirmation your future spouse is going to be so happy about that because they like that. Okay, some men like long nails, some men like a long wig and stuff like that, and everybody has their preferences. I wear fake nails, so I'm not saying anything against it. I'm just saying, if you are in particular watching me and you are more of like a natural beauty, you wear natural makeup, or you like to wear your hair natural, or you like to, you know, your body, you want your body to be natural and stuff like that, future spouse is gonna find this very, very sexy about you, okay? And if it's not about the outer appearance, this is a man or a woman that just, again, they wanna I'm hearing they want to be loved. Like, they don't wanna be posted, they don't want the person next to them to brag with them and stuff like that. They just want to be loved, is what I'm picking up here, to be honest with you. This is like a man or a woman, they would rather want to be with you and enjoy the sunset without posting it on social media, or they would rather, you know, go on vacation with you and nobody knows about it. So I would say this is like a private person, or a person that likes to be private, or a person that, again, they don't like a big show, or they don't like they're like very down to earth, which is funny because we have wealthy couple here. So let me see what that is about. Let me see here. Yeah, this is like a man or a woman, they want things to be natural. They don't want things to be like shiny and flashy. And again, I like shiny, I like flashy, but I'm not, you know, like offended that when this person says they don't like that. That's why God created all of us differently, because some people are shiny and flashy and other people don't like all of that stuff, okay? Again, for others of you, if it's not that, this is like an energy where this man or this woman, I don't know, they just want to be next to you, and they just want to hold your hand, and they just want to get cuddled and get kissed and kiss you, and they want to look at your eyes and see that you love them. And it's like I feel like it's like a very cuddly person. I feel like they're kind of like a teddy bear, or they like to get cuddled, or they like to cuddle. Okay, but again, I feel like they went through some type of like, I feel like they went through an ego death. If I could describe the energy, I'm going to tell you some tea. Okay, but I'm going to tell you something. So there used to be a guy in my life, and how can I explain that? He used to be somebody who was very, very focused on wealth and money and stuff like that. And again, my channel is not about judgment, I'm just explaining energy. So he was about wealth and, you know, money and stuff like that, and status, and having the most beautiful woman next to him and stuff like that. And then recently I saw him and I checked his Instagram, and all of a sudden I see him. It was like a complete 360 change, because back in the days he was like very shallow, almost to the point where it like turned me off how shallow he was. He was like a very shallow guy. He only cared about like superficial shallow stuff. And then when I recently went on his Instagram, I saw him like, you know, posting videos about, and I was shocked because I knew who he was when he was younger. And he started to post stuff like a house is not a home, and a nice watch doesn't buy you time, and you know, like a nice butt doesn't, you know, bring you genuine love and stuff like that. And then he recently even deleted everything on Instagram, and then he said, or he wrote in his Instagram, "This is not real life," where he had like a strong opinion about like, because I feel like this is an energy where somebody was in a fake world and they've been there, done that, and it didn't bring them any happiness, to the point where they completely change and they start to realize what truly matters to them. So I feel like your future spouse is very sentimental. For them, what matters to them is like, I don't know, like pictures. And again, it's like how do you say that, like Polaroid pictures, for example. What matters to them is like memories. What matters to them is that, you know, like instead of just, you know, looking good on a picture, they want to have like a good conversation with you. You know, they want to be in a bed and eat pizza and talk to you, and not go out and like be flashy and stuff like that. And you know, I feel like this is like a person who, and yeah, it's interesting because I feel like this used to be like a fuck boy or a fuck girl, I'm gonna be very honest, and they completely changed into a very genuine, very authentic person. So now they would rather, you know, like be barefaced, or now they would rather not post anything on social media and be private. They would rather. And another thing that I also want to tell you guys is your future spouse smells really freaking good. Everybody compliments your true love and your future spouse on his or her perfume. This person smells really freaking good, okay? I feel like your future spouse is also somebody who's very dreamy. So yeah, listen to me. He does, like this energy does remind me of this guy. We were never together, but he also called me in the evening, and then he told me how much he loved me, and how do you say that, he was also singing songs to me on the phone. And you would never think that, because he literally looked like a freaking superficial from the outside, and then when you talk to this person, you're like, what in the world? They're like the opposite of what they look like, okay? So they're kind of like a surprising egg, because they could be well dressed, they could be somebody who's like, I don't know, who smells really good, but it's like, I don't know, they are very, like, their energy is very deep. They crave to be loved, you know, they want to love and they want to be loved, okay? Let me see why the Death card is here. Yeah, look at that. We have the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. This is like a man or a woman that dreams of like a beautiful home, or like a beautiful, like they dream of like living with a person that they love. Like when they dream of the future, they don't even dream of like a nice car, or, and again, nothing wrong with visualizing a nice car, but this person, when they daydream about like moving in with you, or living with you, or, you know, like buying a home, buying a house, building a house together. They visualize going on a walk with you, watching the moon, watching the sunset. They visualize like, I don't know, putting your feet, I'm hearing the song Toes in the Sand, not the song, but it's a song by Justin Timberlake. It's called My Love. I can see us holding hands, walking on the beach side, toes in the sand. I can see us on the countryside, sitting on the grass, laying side by side. That's what it feels like to me here. You can be my baby, gonna make you my lady. Girl, you amaze me. So don't give away my love. Okay, so they would be somebody who's like, they like to be in nature. They like to be on the countryside or on the beach and putting the toes in the sand. And, you know, I'm hearing they like the simple things. This is like a man or a woman. They like the simple things, okay? Is what I'm picking up here. Very beautiful, which is funny because the guy is a dark male and he almost looks like this guy right here. So you could be any case you are a male with a dark complexion, you might have dark hair, dark eyes, or maybe even you are tan or of a dark complexion. This is definitely your pal or your true love, and your future spouse might actually have dark hair, dark eyes, a dark complexion. They might be a little bit exotic, okay? For others of you, I feel like they have a dark aesthetic where black might be their favorite color, because I'm seeing black here twice. Something about like they usually wear all black, which is funny. It's kind of like where they wear all black or they wear black a lot, but their soul is very colorful, or their soul is like where they look dangerous, or they look like their aesthetic is dark, but inside they're like a softie. Inside they're like a, you know, they're more of like a swan. From the outside they look like a, I don't know, like something dangerous, like a lion. From the outside they might look like a lion energetically, or they might look like a tiger, but on the inside, although swans are a little bit like dangerous though. But I think swans are also monogamous. Am I correct? I'm not sure. Okay, but yeah, this is what I'm picking up here. So this is a man or a woman. They just, you know, they want the simple things in life. This is a man or a woman. They want the simple things in life. This is a man or a woman. They just, you know, like they dream of like celebrating their birthday with you, and how you say happy birthday baby, and you know, like they just want the little things in life, okay? They don't care about the big things in life. They could even be an energy where this person actually grew up wealthy, because this guy that I talked about to you guys, again, he was an event manager and he made so much money, so much bank. He was super duper popular. Everybody in town knew him, and he always went to kind of like Miami. So maybe somebody here could be watching me from Miami, and he always went to Miami, kind of like living the high life. And I was so surprised to see him like talking like that. I was like, wow, you know, you've really changed, but for the better. Like where they see that this life is not for them, you know, a big booty and a big butt is not for them. If you have a big booty or a big butt, they're gonna love it, but it's not what they're like specifically looking for, if that makes sense. They're looking for somebody who can love them, or who's genuine with loving them, and maybe who doesn't even love them for what they look like, but maybe who's someone who really like where they feel like, listen to me, this is like a man or a woman who feels like people are around me only for one reason or for a specific reason, and I want somebody to be around me and not for any reason, just because they like me. Okay, is what I'm picking up here. If you tell me, Cynthia, that sounds like me, we have twin flame here. So I would not be surprised if you tell me that, I would not be surprised if you tell me that this sounds like you. I'm also hearing the story of the ugly duckling that turns into a beautiful swan. So again, for some of you guys, they actually come from a wealthy family and they don't want to have anything to do with it, because they might have seen the dark side of wealth. They don't want to have anything to do with it. They're more like drawn to a simple lifestyle. For others of you, they might actually be well off financially, but it doesn't mean anything to them. Like they're not the type to yeah, it doesn't really mean anything to them, okay? They're just doing it in order to be good and stuff like that, but they're more like a romantic person, more like a softie, more like a person who likes to cuddle instead of like going to parties and, you know, like showing up and, you know, do you know what I mean? But again, it could be that their past was like that, so now they're craving the opposite, if that makes sense, okay? Yeah, so I do feel like this is a person who, they would rather be alone with you watching the moon than somewhere in public or somewhere where there's a lot of people. They had like basically they had an ego death. They had an ego death where nothing mattered to them but love. And then they realized nothing matters to me but love, is what I'm picking up here. Okay, let's see. How would a tarot reader describe pile number 2's true love and future spouse? Let's see. Ten of Swords. How would a tarot reader describe pile number 2's true love and future spouse? We have here the Four of Pentacles. This is probably also somebody who doesn't trust many people. They got backstabbed a lot of times and now they just want to meet. I'm hearing they want to meet like an angel, or like, how can I explain that energy? This is like a man or a woman that prays to God, please show me that, you know, that love is real, or please show me that, please show me that there is somebody that I can trust, is what I'm hearing. Because this person could feel like they have been backstabbed a lot in their life, and now they just want their ride or die. This is what I'm hearing. They just want their ride or die. I'm hearing all I need in this life of sin is me and my girlfriend. Down the ride to the very end is me and my girlfriend, is what I'm hearing. Okay, let's see. How would a tarot reader describe pile number? Look at that. They're literally a softie here, but they look like, I'm not sure about you. I'm hearing, I don't fuck with you. Do you see that here? They would be like, you know, touch my heart. Like when they're like, when they take your hand and you're like, can you feel my heartbeat? It's like, yeah, it's a person who wants to feel your heartbeat, who wants to feel like, you know, your hair tingling them. It's like somebody who really craves like intimacy, but intimacy on like, they crave true love. They crave like a well-run romance. They want to have romantic dates. They want to experience love at first sight. Okay, where's the wealthy couple here? So for some of you guys, they could actually have money, but it doesn't mean anything to them. Or you would be surprised that although they are well off financially, you could not call this person, they're like, it's their character is still completely like detached. It's like it's detached from who they are. They don't identify with it. They have it, but they don't identify with it, and it doesn't mean anything to them. Okay, because now I'm picking up the energy here of I saw this one interview by this one rapper, and I don't know who I forgot his name, something with C, and then he said like he's thinking whether or not he wants to buy these shoes because he feels like we shouldn't consume so much, or like maybe it's too much consumerism. This is what I'm hearing. Okay, not that they don't like to enjoy themselves, but they're not, they also have a very strong opinion about it, is what I'm trying to say. So they're trying to be balanced between, you know, like I do enjoy myself, but I'm not losing myself in all of that bullshit, if that makes sense, because they might have lost themselves before. Okay, where's the wealthy couple here? What's going on? We have the strength card here. Where's the wealthy couple here? Yeah, the King of Pentacles. One more. And the Two of Wands. Okay, pile number 2. What I'm picking up here is with your true love and your future spouse. How would I describe them? I would describe them as soft, romantic. I would describe them as very surprising, like, because they don't look the way that they act. They look one way from the outside, and then they're a completely different person on the inside. Okay. And if they are on a journey to financial wealth and financial abundance, they only do that. This is not, listen to me, this is like a man or a woman, if they crave to be like financially well off and stuff like that, it's only because they want to buy a house with the love of their life. Like other people's like ambition is to have a car, or to have 3 cars or whatever. Or their ambition is, and again, I'm not saying anything wrong with it, I mean, it's like, it depends how you look at it, if you really need 3 cars. Anyway, so some people are like, their ambition is that, but their ambition is like, they want to make it only to like, maybe don't have any worries about money, or they want to make it because they want to buy a house. They want to buy an apartment, you know, so that they don't have to worry about rent, for example. That's like their ambition when they think about like financial stuff, or they think about making it so that they can spend as much time with you as possible, if that makes sense. Okay, let me get one more card here. Yeah, and it's funny, this is also a man or a woman. You know how you in your early years, you meet a man, you meet a woman, you really want them, but there's something like they have to change in order to, like, where you want them to change for you. This would be a man or a woman that actually changes for you. I'm going to be very honest here, okay? This is a man or a woman who would genuinely change for you, okay? Because I do feel like they're going to meet you and they're going to feel like what you say is what my soul wanted to hear. So you're going to say stuff. You're going to have deep conversations, and whatever you say, you're going to touch this person's soul to the point where they feel like, I want to trust and surrender to pile number 2 and I want to change, or maybe I want to even become more like pile number 2 because I feel like pile number 2 is speaking the truth, okay? This is what I'm picking up here. This is like a, do you say devotion? Like, it's a very devoted person is what I'm picking up here. Okay. But they could also have some type of like wall up. I feel like they look dangerous, but they're not at all. That's what I'm picking up here. Or they have like a resting bitch face, or their eyes are very intense. They intimidate people, but they're like very soft is what I'm picking up here. Okay. Let's see. Who's pile number 2's true love and future spouse? Yeah, look at that. It says, make peace with the past, you're ready for a new love story. You see, this person wants like a real love story. They want love at first sight. They're very romantic here. Okay, the soul. I knew it. I could feel it the whole reading. It says, love is built on long nights of lost sleep and deep conversations. Okay, so they kind of like, this is a person who... they fall in love when another person speaks, or they're gonna fall in love with you as you're speaking. They're gonna fall in love with you, like with your philosophy, how you see the world and how soft you are, or how considerate you are. There's something going on where I see you a lot in nature, okay? Where I see you a lot in nature, and it's like, it's food for the soul, okay? So the movie Soul could also be significant here if you want to know what your true love and your future spouse's energy is like. The movie Soul could be significant here, okay? And then the last card that we have here is, oh, by the way, your spirit guides want you to know the changes you're going through right now bring you to your future spouse. So there could be an energy where you're currently going through some type of changes. I don't know what they would be. Maybe you feel like you need to change your diet, or you feel like you want to move, or you feel like you want to change your job. Somehow, whatever changes you're doing right now, they're leading you to your future spouse, okay? So your spirit guides are saying they might even have orchestrated certain things to happen in your life that makes you feel like you want to change, but those changes bring you to your true love and your future spouse. Okay, and then we also have, I have never in my life felt so calm and yet on fire, all at the same time, knowing deep in my bones, he's who I've waited for all my life. So your true love and your future spouse, they will know when they see you. This is like a man or a woman that knows, like they will know that you are the one for them when they see you. So it's like their soul and their spirit is craving for you. They're looking for you. They're like, they only want you. So I do feel like an energy where they don't want to date, or they don't settle for anybody, or they're not in relationships like for years, because this person is like looking for you. Because this guy, literally, I think I never saw him in a relationship, to be honest with you guys. This is what I'm picking up here, where they may be like abstinent, or where they want to meet you. So it's like this person will know. So if you think, how will they know, or will they recognize me, your future spouse will know, because you're the only one that could touch their soul. You will be the only one that touches the soul of your future spouse. That's the reason why they will know, because they sometimes feel numb, or they sometimes feel like they don't feel anything. Does that make sense? They feel like they don't feel anything, or they feel like they're very like sensitive to bullshit and lies. So you're going to be the only one that touches his or her soul, which is the reason why they're gonna know that you're the one, okay? Beautiful pile number 2. This is an extra message for you guys, because your spirit guides told me to come back. So I'm gonna get one extra card for you guys. Don't ask me why. I don't know what's going on. There must be something in the air. Wow, I'm seeing the symbol of a raven, because I'm looking at a cloud right now, and it looks like a raven, or it looks like a bird or something along those lines. I don't know what. Wow, this is freaking crazy. Today is a very weird, crazy day. And I'm also seeing an elephant. It looks like an elephant that is bowing down. So there could be an energy where a raven, I'm also seeing a hummingbird. Okay. Somehow a raven, birds, hummingbirds, and also an elephant is somehow, these symbols are connected to your true love in their futures, your true love in your future spouse, or they somehow represent your true love in your future spouse. To be honest with you guys, ravens look very intimidating. They're like very dark. We talked about it, how the color black is significant, because ravens, I love ravens, because I don't know, I feel like ravens are misunderstood creatures. So I almost want to say that your true love in your future spouse is highly misunderstood by a lot of people, or people cannot see your future spouse's soul because of their appearance. Okay, this is so freaking interesting. I don't know what's going on. This is also a significant message here for somebody. Your spirit guides are saying they're talking to you through pictures that you see in clouds, okay? And it looks like it has something to do with your love life, or something about where your true love in your future spouse is the type of person to lay on a meadow, or to lay on a meadow and to look at the clouds, or that this is their energy, that they crave to lay next to you on a, you know, on a meadow and to just look at the clouds, okay? There's something going on here now. I also saw like an elephant that was bowing down. So I feel like your true love in your future spouse is somebody who, do you know what this reminds me of? This was like a picture that I've seen a long time ago, and I cannot find it in my cell phone. Jesus Christ, I found it. So it says, to an awakened man who has learned to listen to his heart, the woman he loves is not just an object of beauty to adore and pleasure his senses. She is also an angel of light, and has come to reveal his own darkness and call him to sacrifice his ego upon the altar of unconditional love. Okay, this is the energy of your true love in your future spouse. I pick up like an energy, if I could describe it, because it's really hard for me, but it's kind of like when, you know how an animal, when an animal is like very suspicious of the human, but the animal shows the human that it is trusting the human by bowing down, or by putting the head down, by bowing down. So there's something about like your true love in your future spouse is somebody who, I feel like an energy, somebody who really will listen to you, or somebody who will really appreciate you because they will feel like you're guiding them in the right direction. Does that make sense? I also feel like this might be somebody who, again, who wants to change for you, or this love story could be an energy where they will feel like they want to change for you because you are this person's true love, or something about where they will want for you to lead the relationship, or they will want, does that make sense, where they trust you? This is like a person who doesn't trust anybody, but if they do trust you, they trust you with all their heart, or they're very devoted, or they trust you with making decisions, or I don't know how to describe it, but to me, again, it feels like an animal who doesn't trust the human, but then when the animal sees that the human is, you know, trusting, the animal bows down with his head. So kind of like as if this person is like, kind of like a little bit putting you on a pedestal, to be honest with you guys, or kind of like an energy where this person then treats you as sacred. That's, I think, what I was trying to say. This person would treat you as if you are sacred, or something about, they might also be somebody who practices something like sacred stuff, or they will be, if you are somebody who's like very spiritual, or you practice something about like practicing sacred stuff and, you know, honoring ancestors and stuff like that, this person will feel like this is what my soul has been looking for. That's what it feels like to me here. Okay, and they will see you as an angel in their life, or somehow when you are coming into this person's life, they will perceive you like an angel, or as if an angel sent them to you because they have been praying. And I talked about it, right, where they were praying, can you at least send me one person that I can trust, and then you appear in this person's life. How would a tarot reader describe high number 2's true love and future spouse? Can you give me one more card here? You see, I'm right behind you. Okay. I feel like if I could describe the energy, this is like a man or a woman. They will forever be grateful that you came into their life. And I feel like they will also be somebody that when they talk to other people about you, they will just, you know, I keep picking up an energy of like being forever grateful, or forever, you know, like forever knowing that what you've done for them, not many people have done for them. Does that make sense? So I would call your true love and your future spouse somebody who doesn't forget. This is a person who doesn't forget. If you do something good for them, it will forever be in this person's heart, and they will forever be grateful. That's what it feels like to me here. And I also feel like, yeah, elephants, because I saw an elephant. Elephants also have a long-term, how do you call it, like a long-term memory. So I feel like this is like a person who has a long-term memory, meaning that they notice every detail about you, and they don't forget anything when you say something to them. It's like they have like a memory that is like very strong, or they remember everything that you say. So you're going to be a little bit surprised about how they remember details and stuff like that, is what I'm picking up here. Okay, let's see. But again, they have an energy of like they seem dangerous, because sometimes people are scared of ravens, but I feel like ravens are very playful actually, or like elephants. Big creatures people are scared of, but they're so soft. This is literally what I was picking up. Let me get one more card. What kind of person's pile number 2 is true love and future spouse? And look at it. This is going to be a person who's so like, they're going to feel like it's their mission to be next to you, and it's their mission to, you know, support you, and it's their mission to back you up. Okay, I feel like an energy where they find purpose in being the best man or the best woman for you. Okay, that's what it feels like to me here. This is definitely a person who used to be somebody with a big ego or a lot of pride, but you're gonna notice that this person, their outer shell that is very like hard, you're gonna see that once you meet them, that this person, when touched by love, they become a different person. They become the best man or the best woman or the best version of themselves. Let's see, who's pile number 2 is true love and future spouse? Let me get the last card here. Who's pile number 2 is true love and future spouse? Yeah, look at it! What came through? I can't. Do you see that? Do you see? It's like my mission is to protect this nest. So this is like a devoted man or a devoted woman. They find purpose in being the best woman or the best man that they can be, or the best husband or the best wife that they can be. Nothing else makes them happier than knowing that they're the reason that they put a smile on your face, because they could not find purpose in anything other than that. Does that make sense? So basically their purpose is to become a good husband or a good wife, or, you know, a person that will love you and support you. This is like their purpose. That's the thing that makes their soul happy, because everybody has a different purpose, but their purpose is to be touched by love and to become the best wife or the best husband that they can be. And I feel like an energy where the universe, you know, this is the purpose that they have been born with. Does that make sense? So this is like a person who was supposed to be, you know, a good man or a good woman for their partner. Okay, for me this could also be an energy where this dynamic is where you have been mistreated in the past a lot, or you went through a lot of like people not loving you or not being able to love you. And this is also the reason why you kind of like attract each other like a magnet, because this person finds purpose in loving, but they also need somebody that can receive their love. Does that make sense? So this is like their kind of like their purpose. And this could also be a man or a woman that is supposed to be next to you, pile number 2, because you have a big mission. Let's say, for example, you're supposed to save, you know, turtles in the ocean, but you saving turtles in the ocean is like a big mission, and you would need like a person next to you that is there to encourage you, or you have like a, how do you call it, kind of like where you have like a destiny that is somehow connected to challenges. Let's say, for example, I'm going to give one example. I don't know, I cannot come up with anything else, but let's say, for example, you're supposed to save animals in the wilderness. As much as it is beautiful, it also comes like with a lot of like danger. it also comes like with a lot of danger, or you would need a partner next to you that really can support you, because it's like not everybody's going to understand you, or not everybody's going to have as much patience with you, or cannot understand that you may be away for a few weeks or something along those lines. Or you would need somebody that has strong arms and a lot of love to give, so that you can continue to be on this mission, because this mission is not easy. That's what it feels like to me here. Okay, pile number 2, that's all I have for you guys. Again, today's a weird day. I keep picking up a lot of messages. It's not even my filming day to be honest with you, but I cannot stop, because I feel like there are spirit guides all around me here that have like strong messages that are coming through. So yeah, pile number 2, that was future me giving you some extra information about your future spouse. Pile number 2, I'm going to extend this reading now on Patreon. So if you are interested in, we're going to look at it. We're going to look at how can you manifest your true love in your future spouse, meaning that maybe there are certain techniques that your spirit guides want you to be aware of, that you can practice. Also going to look at signs and synchronicities that you can look out for, where you know that your future spouse is around the corner. Okay, so if you're interested in that, the link is down in the description box. And if not, I'm going to see you in my next one, and I wish you a lovely day. Bye. Hello, my lovely pile number 3. You chose this beautiful gray, white, or white-black image. Okay, and we're going to look at how a tarot reader, which is me, would describe your true love and your future spouse to you. If you have not watched the intro, the reason why I do this reading is I have a purpose, or like there's a reason why I chose this reading, because I want you guys to start visualizing, or I want you to help, or I want to help you to manifest your true love and your future spouse into your existence by helping you to be able to feel their energy, or to kind of like get a feeling of who they are, so it's easier for you to daydream and visualize, or maybe write about them. Okay, because the more that you do that, or if you do that on a consistent basis, at some point this man or this woman is gonna stand in front of you. Okay, because thoughts become things. So I'm going to lay out all your cards, and then we're going to talk about everything together, okay? By the way, this reading is also going to have an extended, if you want to get a little bit of guidance as to how you can manifest your true love in your future spouse. Maybe for some of you guys, you want to get some extra guidance from your spirit guides. We're going to do that there. As well as we're also going to look at what kind of signs and synchronicities are going to be around you when you are close to meeting your true love and your future spouse. Okay, now we can begin, because I had to exchange the batteries. And the funny part is the recording time said 444, so the angel number 444 is directly connected to your true love and your future spouse, meaning when you think about something, and you think about, when you think about something and you see the angel number 444, whatever you're thinking about is somehow connected to your future spouse, or the angel number 444 could mean that your future spouse is around you. For some of you guys, I'm even hearing that you're going to see the angel number 444 when you are with your future spouse. It's going to be like a sign that this is the right person, but I'm also hearing they might have like a 444 tattoo, or like a keychain. They might have a keychain, or they might have something where there's a 444, or you can see that this person is into angel numbers. Not for everybody, because now I'm hearing like Jay-Z. You know that one, Jay-Z literally has like a song which is called 444, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so there could be an energy where this person is into angel numbers, and they somehow walk around with angel numbers on, you know, like on their phone, or they use it to manifest or visualize, or you're somehow going to see the angel number 444 when you are with this person a lot. It's going to haunt you. And for others of you, you might have seen this angel number a lot. This angel number is connected to your love life, basically. Okay, but let's begin your reading. Let's see. How would a tarot reader describe your true love and your future spouse? Do you know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing your true love and your future spouse is a true artist. Your true love and your future spouse is like an artist, or like a muse to people, or like I do feel like your true love and your future spouse somehow creates some type of art that really moves people. They touch people with the art that they create. Or I'm also hearing like, listen to me, because we have the card here, a masterpiece has been created. Okay, that's the card that came out. Hold on, is it in focus? Okay, I'm hearing two things. One, there could be an energy where your true love and your future spouse is extremely beautiful, almost to the point where people are like, oh my god, he looks like an Adonis, or he looks like a masterpiece, or his face is perfectly symmetrical, or everything in his face or in her face is like perfect. Kind of like where this person looks like a masterpiece. You know how when people say like God is an artist, so God creates like beautiful people. So this person could be extremely beautiful to other people's eyes, almost to the point where other people say this person looks like a model, like an Adonis, or this person is like, they have like I'm hearing they were carved by God. Does that make sense? Or they look like they were made like by God, or carved by God, or they have cheekbones to the heavens, or something along the lines where other people perceive your true love and your future spouse as a masterpiece, or they are just extremely or exceptionally beautiful. If it's not their aesthetic, okay, if it's not the way that they look, people feel like your true love and your future spouse is one of the best at what they do. Like they are, you know, like an artist that creates masterpieces, or somebody when they create music, they're like ahead of their time, or when they create art, they're just, it's a masterpiece. It's like, it should be, I'm hearing, do you know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing this one song by 50 Cent, and he says something about my music is going to be worth as much as the art from Picasso. Is what I'm hearing. There's something going on where if I could describe the energy of your true love and your future spouse, I would call them like a true artist, an artist by heart. When people write stories about artists and how they live for their art and how they breathe for their art and how they're just a walking masterpiece, or that they create beautiful things out of nothing, or that they, you know, with their vision they create stuff that has never been done before. Like these people that are so innovative that it, like, they bring stuff to life that was not there before. This is the energy of your future spouse. They are a true artist by heart. So again, they either are exceptionally beautiful, almost to the point where they're like, they should belong on a magazine, or even if they're not conventionally beautiful because maybe they have a huge teeth gap. Do you say teeth gap, tooth gap, teeth gap? Or even if they're not conventionally beautiful, they still look like very you know, I'm being brought to Doja Cat, right? Where Doja Cat is not conventionally beautiful, but she looks like, when she creates a look and she goes to the carpet, you know, she does stuff, which is funny because we have funny and honest dates here. So this person is definitely funny. They're gonna say stuff and you will spit out your food and stuff like that. But anyway, so when I think about Doja Cat, her beauty is not conventional. She could be conventionally beautiful, but it's like everything that she does it with a touch of art. Like her eyebrows have to have a heart shape, and you know, her clothing, or when people were like roasting her for not wearing lashes or whatever, she made a whole mustache out of like lashes. This is what I'm being brought to, where this person is like, they're really good at, you know, like taking something and making something else out of it. This is like a person who's extremely creative. Like they have ideas that nobody comes up with. Or again, where they I also feel like, again, even if they're not conventionally beautiful, there's something extremely unique about them. This could be like they have the most perfect shaped lips, or they have such a beautiful nose, or like their cheekbones, or they have like perfectly round eyes, even if, for example, they have a tummy or whatever. Okay, so it doesn't matter. They're not conventionally beautiful, but people look at this person like a masterpiece, like an art piece. Okay, so again, there could be an energy where it's just the fashion that they wear. It's like so, how do you say that? It's so effortlessly, the way that they dress, but it speaks so much. Or there's something going on where people look at your true love and your future spouse and feel like this is like a true artist, or this person's like creates masterpieces, or they're like really good at what they're doing, or they're just exceptionally beautiful, or they're just like I'm hearing they're stimulating other people's mind because they look different, they walk different, they talk different. So I do feel like they're a little bit eccentric. I'm picking up Aquarius energy. Do we have Aquarius here? We have Sagittarius here. So I do feel like they are kind of like a surprising effect. They have a surprising effect, okay? The reason why I say that is because I almost want to say where your true love and your future spouse has like, they always look different. Now hear me out. I'm picking up the energy. Let's say, for example, it's a man, because I talked a lot about like female energy. Let's say it's a man. On one day, he has like a punk, edgy, leather type of energy. Then on the next day, he looks very elegant. And on the next day, he looks like very, how do you say that, very, on the next day, he might have like a hippie look. And then on the next day, he looks like a personal trainer. And then on the next day, he looks like a businessman. So it's almost this energy where you cannot put this person in a box because they find themselves in a lot of stuff, okay? This could be a woman. On one day, she looks like a goddess. On the next day, she looks like a tomboy. On the next day, she looks like, you know, like rock star energy, type of energy. Okay, it's almost this energy where you never know who you get. When you meet with this person, you could get like this elegant man, like with good manners. And then the next day you could get like the sporty fit man, you know? And on the next day you could get like more of this edgy, rebellious man. It's like every time you meet with them or every time you are with them, because this is like a person who, they live to express what is happening in their soul, and they probably do that either with their art, their music, or with the way that they dress. So it's always like how do you say that, it's always like fun, you know? One day you look at them and they look like a seducer, a seductress, and then the next day she's more like a tomboy and you feel like you're like outside with a friend. And then the next day she looks like a, you know, like Pamela Anderson, super duper sexy. And then the next day he looks like you know, how do you say that, very he looks like a shy guy. His outfit is very like dressed down, very casual, and then the next day he's flashy. That's what it feels like to me here. So whenever you meet with them, there's like a different version that you get when you are with them, which is going to really turn you on, is what I'm picking up here. So it's almost like the energy of like a shapeshifter. I do pick up an energy where this person's kind of like a shapeshifter. They could be changing their hair a lot or their style a lot, or again, there could be an energy where they're always creating something. This is definitely like a strong artist, a strong like creative person, where if they are not creative, they don't feel good. They have to, you know, create something. They have to kind of like draw, dance, sing, do something in order to feel alive. This is a person who's going to make you feel alive, because again, on one day you're like, oh my god, he looks like a personal trainer, he can train me. And then on the next day he looks like, I don't know, on the next day he could even wear like something like where he looks very shy, dressed down like a casual guy, and the next day he looks more luxurious and stuff like that. It's kind of like this person's always changing. They never really look the same. Or again, for some of you guys, they're actually in the spotlight, or they're actually getting recognized for their art, okay? So they could be, I also feel like this person's popular or well known in town, or they're somehow well known for what they're doing, okay? This is a person who people know about. This person is what I'm picking up here, especially because I picked up like all of these people, okay? So I do feel like what you're going to really love about this person is that they always surprise you. And one day they're a tomboy, or on one day they're just like your best friend, and on the next day they're like a, you know, like an Adonis, or like a, I don't know. And then I'm also hearing like on one day they're like shy and cute, and on the next day they're like dominant and, you know, bossy. So I feel like this is like a person who, it's kind of like a fish. It feels like water energy. Do we have water energy here? No, we have Sagittarius here. But it's funny because I feel like Sagittarius likes to have fun. So Sagittarius energy usually is like an energy where they like to have fun. They don't just want to be one person or just want to live one life, or they just don't want to have like that every day looks the same, okay? So I feel like, again, this is like a man or a woman. You will never get bored with them because they always are surprising you. You never know what you're gonna get on that day. And all of them, it's like I almost want to say this person has like a big personality or a big soul, almost to the point where this person, it's like this person's more of a rainbow than just one color. Does that make sense? So this person more so has like rainbow energy, where one day they are more of a green person, then on another day they're more of like a pink person, a purple person. If I could describe it, it's not just like one color. Okay, I pick up they're like very colorful, or their soul is so colorful, and then what comes out of it is like a different outfit, a different look, a different, like, they could also be somebody who's like multi-talented, where they're talented at different things, so they wear different hats, and you don't know, is this person a singer, is this person a dancer, is this person this, is this person that, because they do different things. Does that make sense? So I do feel like I strongly feel like this would be my pal that is in the spotlight. I would not be surprised if your true love in your future spouse is in the spotlight, or is somehow well known by people for whatever reason. They could be known in their town, they could be known in their neighborhood, okay? They could be known, you know, they could be like on national, do you say national? Yeah, they could be on national TV, or they could be known like in their country for some reason, is what I'm picking up here. Okay, and I feel like if I could describe the energy of your future spouse, I would say this is a man or a woman that makes you laugh even though you don't want to laugh. This is a man or a woman that makes you laugh even though you were grumpy. You know, you were super duper grumpy, you had a bad day, and they make you laugh. They say some stupid shit. Sometimes they make you laugh intentionally, and sometimes they make you laugh unintentionally, because they could have like a very goofy, clumsy energy to them that just makes you laugh. Okay, sometimes we're kind of like where they do something. Again, I'm being brought to Doja Cat. She sometimes says stuff. I'm not a fan of her, but I keep picking up her energy. Where this is a man or a woman that makes the grumpiest person in the room laugh. Like, even if you had a very fucked up day, this person makes you laugh. It's like your first time laughing throughout the whole day. This is this person. Or this is like a person who would kind of like, who would make the heart melt of the most detached person. So this person has a way of making you laugh when you don't want to laugh. Okay, they're very goofy, or you feel like you don't feel good. There's also the energy of like where they would also make somebody laugh that doesn't know how to smile, or they would, you know, like make somebody like soft, or they would, how can I explain it? It's kind of like when somebody is like, it's like a child, which is funny because we have children here. It feels like, to me, it feels like, you know, like when somebody doesn't feel good, and they're grumpy, and then there's this little baby, and this little baby looks at you and plays with you and speaks to you, and then for the first time in the whole day you're smiling, or for the first time in the whole day you feel some warm energy in your heart. That's what it feels like to me here. If I could describe the energy of your future spouse, they have a way to get through to people, especially like very, they have a way to get through to people that are very challenging. Like, again, where it's like a very grumpy grandpa, but your future spouse would have a way, they're very charming, they would have a way to make this grumpy grandpa nice. You know, in their presence, this grumpy grandpa becomes nice. It's almost like a miracle. I never see this grandpa smile. Now that you're here, they're smiling. It's a miracle. That's what it feels like to me here. Okay, sometimes they do it intentionally, and other times they don't do it intentionally. So I do feel like they are very charming. I also feel like your true love and your future spouse, again, they have a way of being very charming. I feel like they are liked by a lot of people for different reasons, but I feel like the most important reason here is because they, I don't know, they feel like they bring like a warm energy to people. I feel like this person has a very warm aura, or a very welcoming aura, or they look very lovely. Okay, there's something about their energy is very lovely, very welcoming. Because like sometimes you are with people, again, pile number 2's future spouse had kind of like a resting bitch face, or they looked dangerous, but they were not at all. But this right here, this looks like this energy right here from your future spouse is like charming, lovely. Most people like your future spouse. Most people really find your future spouse like cute and adorable, and like very welcoming, like a very warm energy. They could have a very warm voice, or they could have very warm eyes, or when they speak in a very loving and warm way, or very compassionate way, where everybody, like, people feel loved. When this person speaks, the people that they speak to, they feel loved and they feel understood. So this person has like a very loving, charming energy, which is the reason why people like gravitate towards them. I would also describe them as somebody, they're either very family oriented, where they really wish for a family, or this would be like a parent. This would be like a mom or a dad that is like by heart. They are a mom or a dad by heart. This would be like, you know, when they have an interview, they would say like, the most beautiful thing that happened to me was becoming a mom or becoming a dad, and they actually mean it, because this is like a person who really loves to be a mom. They also even, because you know what the funny part is, I feel like they have a childlike energy to them. Okay, they have a childlike energy to them, which is also the reason why they're gonna be a very good parent, because they are like, they're part adult and part, you know, like child, or they have like a childish energy to them, but to the point where they're very creative, and you know, they bring a lot of like creativity and excitement and happiness, and let's go dance, let's go sing, let's go run through the rain, let's go you know, let's go run barefoot, let's go skinny dipping or skinny diving. You know, like this person has very, you know, this person makes you feel alive. This is a very youthful person that makes you feel alive, and I feel like they either dream of having a family, and they really wish to have children, and they want to be a mom. Like their biggest goal is to become a mom or to become a dad, or this is like, that's when they feel like they can you know, leave planet Earth with peace and joy and contentment when they have their own children and they take care of like their children, or they have their own family. Okay, for others of you, if it's not that, I would say this is like a person who likes to party, or who likes to dance, who likes to sing, who likes to party, who likes to go out at night. They would like, you know, drag you to a place like you don't even want to go there, but once you are there, you're like, oh my god, I'm so happy I didn't miss it. That's what it feels like to me, because again, Sagittarius is like a very spontaneous energy. Hey, let's go there. They might also even like it's like an energy where they're like, hey, let's go here, hey, let's go here. Okay, and it's like, no, I don't want to go there, but once you are there, you're like, oh my god, I'm so happy I went with pie number 3. That's what it feels like to me here. Okay, so I pick up like a strong energy where this person here, yeah, look at that. This is so funny, because we also have 44 here, which is so funny, because I talked about the angel number 444 for you guys. Okay, look at that. This is what I was talking about. It's like, if I could describe the energy of your future spouse, it is visible how big their heart is. You know, you can see how big this person's heart is with their art or with the way that they talk. Everybody feels loved by them. I even want to say that this would be the type of man or the type of woman, they're so friendly and kind to people that people easily fall in love with your future spouse. You know how it's like this man or this woman that is so kind, and so like warm, their energy is so warm, and you really feel like this person's listening to you and looking at you, and they remember details, and they ask questions, like they really want to know what's going on in your mind. So a lot of people actually fall in love with this person very easily. It's just their friendly nature, but this is like a person, people fall in love with this person very easily. Okay, is what I'm picking up here, because it's like it's literally visible that this is like a person with a big heart. It's either visible with the work that they do, that they have a big heart, or with their face, or something is happening where people know this is a good person, or people know this is a person with a good heart, is what I'm picking up here. Okay, because you chose the light, how do you call it, black and white thingy-majigger image. And the first thing that I felt when I looked at this image was like bare or naked, or nothing to hide, is what I'm picking up here. So I would describe your true love and your future spouse as brutally honest to the point where it is funny. Brutally honest to the point where it is funny, or they crack you up with what they say or with what they do. This is like a person who would be very honest about how nervous they were, and they would do, again, I feel like you're gonna laugh your ass off with this person, because they have a tendency to be clumsy or to say stuff that is like nobody in their right mind would admit it, but they would, because they don't see a point in like pretending to be perfect or pretending that nothing is wrong. Like if something is wrong, they're gonna tell you. And I also feel like they have some type of like cheeky grin, or they have a way of like when they smile, or they have a way of being, I feel like this person is cheeky. Okay, they have like a cheeky energy to them. Okay, or where this person makes you smile a lot because of them being so honest about things that a lot of people are not honest about. This is a person who tells you exactly what they think in this very moment. If they think your lips are so beautiful, I want to kiss them, but I also don't want to be like too pushy, that's what they would say. That's exactly what they would say. Exactly what they would say. Or they would say like, the first time that I met you, I pictured you naked so I don't feel embarrassed. Or do you know what I mean? It's like, it's just very honest. You're gonna love this person's honesty, because I feel like they don't see a point, and I feel like they're sometimes almost too honest for certain people, but you're gonna just love it. Your future spouse is like the honest person that people look for in a very fake world. This is the energy. Your future spouse is this honest person that people look for in a fake world, or with a fake image or a fake persona. Okay, they're so honest that it is like refreshing. I'm hearing they make honesty look cool, or they make honesty like, this would be a person who makes honesty trendy to, wow, this is very interesting, because I'm picking up the energy of like, this is like a person, I feel like their purpose is to make honesty trendy so that we move from the fake world to the honesty world. Okay, this is literally what I'm picking. Wow, that is amazing. I never channeled that. I'm hearing this person, Six of Wands, especially if they are in the public eye. For a lot of you guys, I feel like they are in the public eye, or they're supposed to be in the public eye, or they're supposed to be known by a lot of people. May that be their community, or in their country, or in their home, or whatever, or in their neighborhood, because they're supposed to show people how cool it is, or how, you know, not to be afraid to speak the truth or to be truthful. Okay, so their purpose is actually to help the world become a more honest and truthful place, is what I'm picking up here. That is lovely. I love that. Okay, that is so lovely. With the dating card here, I feel like if I could describe your true love and your future spouse, I feel like this is a person who's really going to amuse you when they are a little bit tipsy or a little bit drunk. In case you guys do drink, it doesn't have to be. Okay, just imagine like your funniest friend, or you know, your friend that is very funny and honest when they're tipsy. Yeah, you see, this is what I was talking about, because people usually say children and drunk people are the most honest people. And what do we have here? We have children here, and we have like people drinking wine. Okay, I'm also hearing they're aging like fine wine, so the older they become, the better they look, is what I'm picking up, because some people have like their glow up when they're young. This person actually has their glow up the older they get. Okay, meaning that by the age when they're like 40 years old or whatever, or even older, they're becoming more and more beautiful the more that they age, is what I'm picking up here. So some of you guys, this person could actually have a baby face, or they could look very young, which is the reason why they're really gonna have their peak in their later ages, because they look very young for a long time, if that makes sense, is what I'm picking up here. Okay, number 3, here I am. This is future Cynthia. Don't ask me what's going on today. Today's not even my filming day, and this is like future me. This is like a part 2 of your future spouse reading. I know, I don't know what's going on here, but we're just gonna go with the flow. So your spirit guides told me to get an extra message for you guys. So let's just continue your reading from a different angle, which is funny. Okay. How would a tarot reader describe pie number 3's true love and future spouse? What's going on? Let me see. Okay, look at that. Oh, I have to definitely find a way to cover that. We have your fire couple. Okay, so I feel like your true love and your future spouse, I feel like they have a spa energy, or if you look at this, it almost feels like to me here, yeah, this is what I was talking about. They have like a very warm energy to them. Okay, and I feel like an energy here where they also have like a spa energy. This could be somebody who has like a very relaxed energy to them, or they relax other people with their energy and the way that they talk. But this could also be somebody who is into like spa and meditation, and who's into like aromatherapy, and who's into kind of like wellness and massages and oil. I'm also being brought to tantra sex. This would be a person that likes to massage you. This is a person who likes to kind of like, I don't know, I'm hearing something about sexual healing. So I feel like you having sex with this person is really going to heal you, because they're going to make love to your body. That's what it feels like to me here. Or this is a person who looks at you know, the masculine or the feminine body as art, or they treat it as like art, or they treat like the masculine, like when they look at you, they look at you as if you are how do you say that? It feels like to me that this is like a person who really makes love to the other person's body, or they really make love to you with their eyes. When they look at you, you feel like they're making love to you, or they're like devouring you. When they look at you, you feel like this person is like making love to you, or this person is seducing you, or it's like, you know how sometimes when a person looks at you and you can tell how much they crave you and how much lust they have for you. That's what it feels like to me here. This is a person, you can see this person's lust and how much they crave you in their eyes when they look at you. Or this is a person who gives you the feeling that they adore your body, they adore every inch of your body, and you're just gonna feel it with every kiss that they give you. Or as you guys are in the bedroom, there could be a person, this could be a person who's also going to surprise you a lot in the bedroom, or who's going to have a lot of fun, like making you very, very happy in the bedroom. It's like their pleasure to see you coming, or to see you like having, you know, your climax, and they like to hear you moan and stuff like that. Okay, this is a person who really likes to make love to somebody with their eyes and with their kisses and with the way that they touch you. Okay, but again, they could also have an energy that is very relaxed, or they like to relax their partners, also what I'm picking up here. Okay, let's see, one more card. Pile number 2, pile number 3 is true love and future spouse. How would the tarot reader describe this person? Look at it. They have two sides to them. This person has two sides to them. One energy, sometimes they're like very focused, very disciplined, almost like code, but they're code for the sake of getting things done, or being very disciplined, or being very focused. So sometimes they're like, hey baby, I don't have time, I need to work, and you're like, okay, you know, that was kind of cold, because we talked about it. They have a warm energy, but they can also be cold when they need to be, or when they have to be like very logical. They are like very logical, very structured. The Queen of Swords again is also an energy where some people really adore this person's honesty, and some people really don't like being around your true love and your future spouse because they're too honest. It's like, man, you didn't have to call me out like that. Or when a person who is not honest with themselves is not gonna like to be around your true love and your future spouse, because your true love and your future spouse calls people out on their bullshit, even if I feel like they have a loving way of doing it, but they could also be somebody who's so truthful that they make other people uncomfortable, who are not truthful with themselves. So you can always expect this person to tell you the truth, even maybe like TMI. I'm hearing too much information, like TMI, but I also feel like you're gonna like it. It's like really refreshing to hear a person saying certain things like, I cried today, or do you know what I mean, where they don't hide anything. You're gonna feel like this person is naked. When you look at them, you're feeling like this person is naked, like they have clothes on, but energetically, when it comes to their energy, they're completely naked. This is not a person who has anything hidden in the closet. There's nothing in the closet hidden with this person. Everything is out on the table, the good, the bad, the beautiful, the not so good. This is a person who also talks about, like, they talk literally about anything, or this person is not gonna judge you. Kind of like as in pile number 1, it feels like it might be connected. Okay, and then they also have again like a very loving energy. This is like a pro lover. If I could describe your future spouse, this person is a pro lover. Okay, they are good at loving. They are good at loving people. They know how to love people. They know how to make a person feel loved, and make a person feel adored, and make a person feel desired, which is also the reason why a lot of people fall in love with them. Okay, so with the King of Cups, they're also very emotionally mature, where you can have a very mature conversation with this person. This is not a person who kind of like, when they're mad at you, they're telling you, hey, I feel bad about the situation, can we talk about it? This is like a person who likes to talk about what is going on instead of like silent treatment or whatever. Does that make sense? And also, I feel like this person is also very talkative. They're going to entertain you a lot because they talk a lot, and I feel like an energy where you're going to be very happy about how talkative they are, especially on days where you don't like to talk. They are a really good storyteller. You really like to listen to them is what I'm picking up here, okay? But I also feel like they're going to surprise you a lot. They're going to surprise you in the bedroom a lot with weird stuff that they're doing. Sometimes it's like funny and goofy, and sometimes they just seduce you, or they, you know, what they did in the bedroom was just perfect. This was the perfect night, the perfect massage or whatever. Or you just feel like, oh my God, I feel so loved, I feel so desired, I feel so sexy. This person's gonna make you feel sexy. This person's gonna make you feel like an Adonis. No matter what your body looks like, this person is going to love every inch of your body, as you can see here, okay? This is a pro lover. They know how to love people. They know how to make a person feel loved. They know how to drive a person crazy, to be honest with you guys, okay? I also feel like this person is going to be really good for your mental health with the 9 of Swords. This person is going to be really good for your mental health, is what I'm picking up here. And I also feel like they they are an authority figure, or they have an energy of like a leader or like an authoritative energy. Does that make sense? So even if they're dressed very casually, their energy feels like a king or like a queen, but it's just their energy. Like they don't even, because we talked about it, they don't even think so highly of themselves, but they have an energy where kind of like a lion, where a lion enters the room, like everybody looks at the lion. That lion is not telling everybody, hey, look at me. It's just their energy that is very like, how do you say that their energy is like very authoritative? Either they are supposed to be an authority figure, like people, spirit chose this person to teach people or to be a leader of a group or of a community or whatever, or spirit chose this person to somehow be the head of a company or the head of something, the head of a movement or whatever. So they have an energy that is very like strong, demanding. They look like an authority figure. They look like a boss, even if they don't mean to. Okay, they have an authority energy even if they don't mean to. They could even have an energy of like, you know, a very old wise person, even though they're very young. Like they could be very young, but their energy feels like an old wise person. Or their energy feels like a very old wise grandmother. That's what it feels like to me here, okay? So I feel like they have an energy of like being a little bit mysterious, or they seem to be mysterious, which I talked about, where people look at this person and people feel like this person is hiding something, or there is something about this person that is like mysterious, or they have like this mysterious energy to them. When you look into this person's eyes, you feel like they know more than they say. Or they could be like a surprising effect where this person is very young, but once they open their mouth, they sound like a very wise old person. Or once this person opens their mouth, they're extremely intelligent, but they don't look like it. So people are like, oh my God, I didn't expect that. Does that make sense? Where this person is very wise or very intelligent or knows a lot about something, but people don't think that when they look at this person, because this person could look very young. They could have a baby face, or they could have like a very childlike energy, and people mistake that childlike energy for being childish, but they're just connected to their inner child, or they're just connected to their soul and their spirit that wants to play. But people feel like, oh, this person doesn't know what they're doing, or they're like naive, or they don't know what they're talking about. But once this person opens their mouth, they're like, they hit people with a ton of bricks, or they hit people with the truth, or they hit people with like something that really touches the soul or touches the spirit, but they don't look like it. Or again, they could also be very young for what they have accomplished, or again, they could just have like a baby face, but they're already like, you know, in their mature ages is what I'm picking up here. But they also have like a mysterious energy to them, where people look at this person, or if you imagine this person's eyes, just imagine very warm eyes, but also eyes like these eyes show that this person like has love inside of them for people. Or they also have like very passionate eyes, or when they talk, they sound very passionate about what they're talking about. But they also have eyes that look like as if they know something that other people don't know. Okay, and it's actually true. This person definitely has hidden information about something.
and people kind of feel it. Like people are like, I don't know what's going on, but there's something about this person. I cannot put my finger on it. I don't know what it is, but I feel like there is something about this person.
Is there anything else here? Yeah, I do feel like this person sticks out in the crowd like a sore thumb. Okay, it's almost this energy of like, how can I explain that? I'm hearing they're built different, but I heard it in a weird, you know, voice. I'm hearing they're built different, you know, like in a funny way. So I do feel like they're very goofy. Okay, I'm hearing they're built different. How can I explain that energy? Because yeah, look at that. It's kind of like where it's like a person. You know how there could be a group of people and everybody dresses in the same color, but there's still gonna be one person that sticks out in the crowd. Like let's say for example you look at why am I even thinking that? I don't even know. I'm seeing people wearing the color yellow. Everybody has a yellow outfit and they all look the same. They all look the same. Nothing is too crazy. They all have like a similar outfit, or even like a same outfit. A group of like, I don't know, like 4 or 3 people. So when you look at these 3 people and you scan everybody, you would stop at your future spouse. Even if they try to blend in or fit in, it doesn't work. Again, either because they're exceptionally beautiful or there's something in their aura and their energy. They stick out in the crowd. They try to adapt. They try to kind of like be like everybody else and, you know, belong in a group. But it's like this person is supposed to be a leader. They were born to lead. They were born to lead, and until they have not, you know, acknowledged that in their heart, they will always like stick out like a sore thumb. They were supposed to be seen and they were supposed to lead. Okay, so I do feel like they stick out in the crowd. This is like a man or a woman. They get a lot of eyes. They catch a lot of people's attention, even when they don't want to catch attention. If they don't want to catch attention, they probably have to wear sunglasses and like a big hoodie or whatever. But if they don't, they do catch people's attention. It could even be just their energy. Their energy is big. Their energy is like an explosion. That's what it feels like to me. Even if they dress casually, their energy is big. It's like when you see somebody and you know there's something with this person. There's something up with this person. I cannot put my finger on it, but I cannot stop looking at them. I feel like they attract me like a magnet. That's what it feels like to me here. So you might actually notice that when you are with your true love and your future spouse, that a lot of people look at them and they didn't even do anything. They don't wear anything special, but a lot of people look at your future spouse because of their energy. And for others of you, they might actually be really freaking beautiful, like where people are like, wow, it's a pleasure to look at you. You're a very beautiful human being is what I'm picking up here. Okay. So pile number 3, I'm going to extend this reading now on Patreon. One last thing that I want to say here is I keep picking up this would be a good father or a good mother, or they're like a good sister or brother. I'm picking up the energy of like they are the embodiment of true brotherhood or true sisterhood. Okay, or they are the embodiment of what team play really means, although they stick out in the crowd. Okay, I feel like, look at that, how I'm like touching it. It's like very weird. I feel like this person is, I feel like they sometimes give too much to people. And that's like their lesson, what they're learning right now, that sometimes they have to give to themselves. And as soon as they start to learn this lesson, they're actually manifesting you, or you're manifesting each other here. Okay, but if I could describe the energy, you're going to feel very loved and understood by this person. Okay. You're gonna feel like this person's going to give you their last shirt, or you're gonna feel like you've never been loved like this before, because this person has a big heart. So you're loved by a person with a big heart. You know, you're loved by a person that looks at you and gets inspired. This person would start writing songs because of you. This person would start writing poems because of you. This person would start to kind of like create art because of you. You would be this person's muse. You would be this person's like inspiration. Okay. They would start dancing because of you. They would start singing because of you. Okay. It's almost this energy where this person, your true love and your future spouse, you're gonna see how your love is their energy and their fuel. You're gonna see how your love is like makes a difference in their life, how much they appreciate you is what I'm picking. This is a very appreciative and grateful person, almost to the point where they say thank you too much or they say sorry too much, right? Does it make sense where this person like, don't thank me for that, excuse me, I'm, you know, your boyfriend, I'm your girlfriend, but I keep picking up, this is a person who says thank you a lot, who says sorry a lot. They say sorry for stuff they don't have to be sorry for. They say too much, they say thank you too much for stuff that is like normal, like, you know, I feel like they're very polite. This is like an exceptionally polite or an exceptionally honest person is what I'm picking up. You are very grateful. They're even grateful for small things is what I'm picking up here. Or they're like super duper happy when you buy them their favorite muffin. They have a smile on their faces if you gave them like, I don't know, $100,000 is what I'm picking up here. It's like a person, like their smile is like, you can literally like, you can see what a good mood this person has because they love you, and because you give this person a kiss and all of a sudden they start to sing, they start to dance. You give this person a kiss and all of a sudden they start to cook and clean the whole kitchen because your love fuels them, okay? And they're going to be very appreciative of that is what I'm picking up here, okay? Pound number 3. That's all I have for you guys. If you are, oh, by the way, one more thing. We also have the card, your deep connection with in-laws. So I feel like your true love and your future spouse is going to have a strong connection with your parents, or it's either your mom or your dad is going to love your future spouse. Your mom or your dad is going to love your future spouse because, again, they're very charming, very polite. They have a very warm energy. Usually this person is liked by parents or this person is liked by grandparents. So I pick up like an energy where your parents are really going to like your future spouse and your true love, or even like if it's not your parents, it might be your grandparents that are going to be like, wow. Pie number 3, your man, your woman is a very lovely being, is a very, very lovely lady, a very, very lovely man. Or this could be even like your siblings are going to be like, wow, you know, I really like your boyfriend, I really like your girlfriend, she's so kind, she helped me with my outfit and stuff like that, okay? Where this person, it's almost this energy where this person really believes in family, and you will notice because they're going to treat your family like their family. That's what it feels like to me here, okay? In case you have a good connection with your family and stuff like that. If not, then it doesn't apply to you. Anyway, pie number 3, I'm going to extend this reading now on Patreon, and we're going to look at how you can manifest your true love in your future spouse. If you want a little bit more information, we're going to ask your spirit guides how you can do that. And we're also going to look at signs that your future spouse is around the corner. So if you're interested in that, the link is down in the description box, and if not, I'm going to see you in my next one, and I wish you a lovely day. Bye.